What's up, good people? We are in the building. We are in here. I'd like to welcome everybody aboard. We're about to get this thing started. I was never a fan of the slogan, Black men don't cheat. Never a fan of that, but we're about to talk about it today. We're about to talk about it today. We're about to get into it. Yes, we will be indirectly talking about and touching on, or I should say directly talking about and touching on the Derek Jackson thing. That's still ongoing. I had to resist the temptation to put his name in the title and his face in the thumbnail. I had to resist the temptation. I wanted to milk it out for one more thumbnail, but I said, nah, I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it. But we will be touching on it. We will be touching on it. And the larger issue as a whole. So everybody who just made it on in, make sure you hit that like button on the way in. Let's get this thing started. Let's get this thing going. Hit the goddamn like button. Let's go.
Peace, folks. This is X from TPOT Media. Open your mind and wake your black ass up. You know what time it is. Hit that damn like button as you make your way in the door. Grab a seat, settle in, get ready. It's the Grown Man Hour with your host, my man, Bernard Riley.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Mumia Obsidian Ali. You know who I am. I need no introduction, right? And you're listening to the Grown Man Hour with my man Bernard Riley, heard weekdays right here on YouTube. What do you think about that? How about that? Now let's get back on with the show. Thank you.
On right in, out the gate, talking about sex dolls. That's what we're doing here. Shout out to everybody in the building. Hope my still getting my stuff organized. Why ain't I never ready? I saw somebody clown me in the chat, said we're not gonna call it CP time. We're gonna call it BR time. Somebody said they can hear now. Are you saying you couldn't hear before? No, nobody else is saying that. So it must be just one individual who was having problems hearing. Get your hearing aid tweaked. Tweak that hearing aid. But either way we go, shout out to the early bird squad, those that make it in bright and early before we even get things started. I got to get rid of that. I'm gonna have to push pause to get rid of something. The Mac the Trucker, what's going on? What's happening? He says, what's good, everyone? Let's get it. Definitely, let's get it. Shout out to Stoic One. He says, BR in chat. Peace to BR in chat. Ricardo Rodney in the building with the super chat. My man New in the building. It's going to be dope. I certainly think so. Zero says, I can't wait. Zero is actually somebody who speaks really, really fluently on issues like this when we dig deep into the anthropology of it all, the biology of it all. Zero is definitely somebody who speaks very well on this subject, not just on some. I was about to do an impression of Zero doing an impression of hood ninjas. Man, I can fuck on these bitches, y'all. Like, nah, we ain't talking about that. You know, we ain't talking about just whether or not you got enough game to smash multiple beaches. We ain't that's not the discussion. That's not the discussion. It might it may bleed over into it, but that's not the main thesis here. DJ Naff in the building with the super chat. Xander, what's up? Salute to you. Logan JJ says, damn it, Icarus, aka Derrick Jackson, flew too close to the sun. Yeah. You know what? I got a treat for y'all. That reaction video to the reaction video where he reacted and analyzed his reaction video. I'm going to compare and contrast what he said when he reacted to somebody else's similar video. I'm going to compare how he reacted to somebody else versus how he reacted to himself. We're going to talk about that. We're going to get into that. It's funny. It's funny to say the least. It's funny to say the least. Ty City already came through with a super chat. At least, yeah, that is Ty City. Ty City. Right on. Let me get to that. Creation Muse. I like that name for some reason. All parties are guilty except the wife. I said that in one of my videos. I said she's the only, when I did a pre-recorded video right after it dropped, that she actually came on camera with the bonnet and some long johns and no bra. Okay, it wasn't long johns, and that probably wasn't a bonnet, but it looked like one. It looked like long johns. It looked like a bonnet, and she didn't appear to have a bra on. Why? But anyway, that's not well. Anyway, he said all parties are guilty except for the wife. And in my video, I said she's the only potential innocent party here. The only potential innocent party. That's the only possible non-guilty party. That's what I said in the video. Still falling for the me and my wife are separated. Women would still line up for this guy shaking my head. Yeah. And I made in a long video I made a long time ago about Steve Harvey, where he was saying most women, you know, if they got a good dude, they good. They just sit down, they chill. They, you know, he basically was saying a lot of stuff about women that as a celebrity who's wrote a book for women and have done book tours, and he know he could show up on that book tour with ring on finger, ring finger, even though it probably looked like my right hand that I was pointing to the or no, but either way, it's in reverse, it's like a mirror. But anyway, showing up with ring on married hand ring finger. Those women who may or may not have a boyfriend, he knows the majority of those women will have sex with him. That Derrick Jackson event that Obsidian went to, Derrick Jackson fully understands that all of those women, in full awareness that he's married, full awareness of his marital status, he knows for a fact that those women, whether they got a boyfriend at home or not, they will go meet him at his hotel to pray and then get hands laid on him. And yeah, because he about to lord right now, so he be inviting them to his hotel room to pray. But anyway, but yeah, we already know the deal. We are. So it's like when men like that who are in that position with a certain amount of fame, status, money, and in Derrick Jackson's case, the physical appearance, to where even if he didn't have no money, he could still get on with the chicks pretty damn good. So I mean, it's like you can't talk about women like they just the sugar and spice and everything nice. You know they not. You see firsthand they not. You know they throwing panties at you, whether they married, whether you married. They throwing panties on the stage at y'all little seminars, y'all self love, keep a bitch single seminars. They throwing panties on the stage. Shout out to Ty City in the building. I don't think Ty City did any content on this, but he been dropping his opinion in the comment section. One of my comment sections, he said after they did the organized apology video, Ty City was like, "No, I see no L's," and that's kind of true too. I'm gonna talk about that. I do got something to report as far as Derek Jackson taking some L's on this. He's still gonna keep on getting up, but I did detect the L somewhere. In the I detected the L in the numbers. I'll go ahead and tease that before I actually show the screen share of it. In my comment section, somebody pointed out that Derek Jackson, it was at the moment of making my video 4 days ago, before the scandal hit, somebody was like, at this moment, Derek Jackson has X number of subs. At this moment, Kevin Samuels has X number of subs. How soon before Kevin Samuels passes him? That was a discussion then. Well, that number that the guy wrote down, I looked at that number last night and then looked at Derek Jackson's number today in subs. He lost a lot of subs. Now, he's still over 700,000, so it don't matter. But the number that he lost is an astronomical number. Put it like that. It is an astronomical number. But so he did lose a lot of subs. But anyway, Logic Sphere in the building says, just a reminder, getting head ain't cheating. Technically, it's not sex. Hold the line. Had to side eye you hard on that. I don't know about that. I think if you stick your penis in any one of a woman's holes, that counts. That counts to me. I put it. You said, just a reminder, getting head ain't cheating. Technically, is not sex. Hold the line. Nah. See, you doing that that Derek Jackson. We had a sexual relationship without sex type of thing. That's how you do it. Finally figured out what Derek Jackson was talking about. He did not have sexual relations with that woman. Yeah, he had a sexual relationship without sex. There it is. Figured it out. Ty said he just cracked the code. Head don't count. That's what a sexual relationship without sex is, apparently. Obsidian says, please stop repeating that BS line about that Jackson had to pony up the cashola to get the IG model grade chicks. Sorry to burst your bubble, fellas, but bang, there it is. I'm confused. Stop repeating the BS line about that. Jackson had to pony up the cash to get the IG model. Oh, you're saying you're saying just on physical appearance, he can't get attractive women don't have sex with attractive men unless there's money on the table. It depends on the woman, and it depends on the man. But if a woman is bad as hell and she understands how to work the game, then yeah, she's gonna make sure she gets some type of exchange of resources, whether it's something big and important, long lasting, or just something frivolous from a boutique. But overall, like I know I can't go with that notion that attractive people just don't have sex with attractive people. That happens. But in that situation, yeah, and I don't know all the exact details, but I mean it goes without saying that attractive women will hop in bed with an attractive guy. But I do believe that based off what I understand, that he flew her out and did this and did that. I don't think it doesn't appear that he handed her cash. If he was handing her cash, this goes back to him not having no game or wherewithal. If he was smart, he would have handed. Kevin Samuels talked about that. It should have been some hush money in the arrangement. If anything, that might be Jackson's window into the black ministry. Oh no, yeah, he gonna be preaching. He gonna be preaching. Everyone agrees with you, Obsidian, on that one. What you've been trying to argue is that that's the only form of currency out on the sexual market. It's an important currency, and for the non-select guy, that is the currency. But other people have other currencies that can just get them in the door in terms of sexual access. But you are on the right track. Without the man having that money, can he actually have a relationship that matters with a woman that respects him? You're on the right track, but it's not a sexual access situation. It's about can you have a meaningful relationship, just bringing nothing to the table but 6-pack abs and some good sex and some good facial features. That's a fair discussion. But no, those guys can get sexual access off simply off simply just looking apart. GA Boy says buying plane tickets and paying her bills are not the same. That's why I wanted to go look up the evidence for that reason right there, what you just laid out. GA Boy, because my understanding of it is that yes, he was buying plane tickets. He was trying to get with a chick that was far away, and there was some fluent out going on. She got flued out, and I'm sure he paid for whatever they did when they was together. But be that as it may, where was I at? Y'all gotta hold on for a second because it's something that y'all can't see. It's probably not affecting y'all, but it's annoying me. So I gotta run. I'm gonna count to 15. And oh wait, don't start counting yet. Count to 15, and I'll be right back. Wait, hold on. I'm about to try something out. This is something that SKC gave me a long time ago. So check this out, and I haven't even used it. But he gave it to me for a reason, and it's about to get used today. Where's that thing at? All right, I'm back. Finally used that. Still not ready, but all right. Where's we at? Let me get this set together. Let me turn this on. Let me turn this on. Let me hit the like button on my own damn video. All right. I see super chats coming on in. We about to get right into it. It's a number of things I want to show y'all and put out there on the table. Like Sphere back in the building with another super chat. He said, "This is proof women don't care about marriage. The women who told everybody she dealt with a married man is getting no smoke from the sisterhood." That's a good point. That's a good point. And she low-key sideways, in a woman way, admitted she had a boyfriend. Well, me and my boyfriend was going through rocky times. Don't that sound just like Derek Jackson's story? Or we separated right now? She gave the same Derek Jackson BS story. The same exact story. The same. So yeah, she was in a relationship having sex with a married man. She was cheating too. She ain't getting no smoke. But the sisterhood, I mean, I've just been side-eyeing the hell out of them. We got 251 people in here, only 90 on the lights. Let's get the likes up a little better. But I've been side-eyeing the hell out of the sisterhood because they literally they trying to go in on Derek Jackson now. It's like it's the amount of fakeness in that. It's like the people who just trying to go in right now. It's just so much fakeness in that. Women, especially, I mean, I already know who I mentioned in the last stream, who apparently had a problem with Derek Jackson now, but didn't have a problem with none of the. If you didn't have a problem with none of the BS he been saying. This is last minute fake hustle. You diving out of the bounds to save a ball that's already in the stands. If you didn't see nothing wrong with the pandering, if you didn't see nothing wrong with a book titled "Single Mothers Are for Grown Men Only," if you couldn't see the effery in that, don't try to call out nothing right now. Queen of the South says, "I come in peace, Bernard. I'm just here to hear about Derek Jackson. Hear about Derek Jackson, you will. Hear about him, you will. But this ain't all about him. Smurgo in the building with the $5 super chat. He says he could have spent that $1,500 he paid for her plane ticket on a love dow. Really? Okay. His marriage would still be intact and it wouldn't snitch on him. Yeah, but everybody don't exactly get it up for inanimate objects like that. So there's that. the throw it back skills of the Dows is a little lacking. I think their ability to react and moan and claw up your back and bite you on the shoulder when you smash it. Like there's certain things they haven't upgraded to be able to do yet. I mean, I'm not anti those. I'm not anti the Dows. I'm really not. I am not anti Dow for it's like because I do view them as sex toys, and I look at them as masturbation devices. So I mean I don't. So I'm not rallying against them. They are masturbation devices. That's all they are. They're there just to masturbate your junk. But everybody that I've spoken to that has a Dow be anthropomorphizing the Dow and dressing it up, sitting it at the dinner table and eating with the table set for two, asking it how was its day. That's that's where it gets weird. Having sex with it, okay, I'll let you have that, but you just can't be putting it at the dinner table. you can't be doing that one. There's Instagram pages that dudes create for the actual Dow, where they have the Dow looking like it's doing real stuff. They got it positioned like it's the stuff is funny. The stuff is funny, but I listen. I understand masturbation completely. Trust me, I understand masturbation. So I'm just simply saying that that is when you watching chick flicks on Netflix with her, like that ain't. See, they got me. I'm in the sunken place. I'm falling back in slow motion. I refer to it as a her instead of an it. They got me. I'm falling backwards in slow motion. They got me. GPD, hold on. He says you be like, Keisha, power down. Where that little remote I had that was supposed to be the, damn it, no, I can't find it. I was trying to find that little remote. I had a little remote that was supposed to be the remote to stop my camera from focusing like that. It didn't work. I got to buy another one. I tried to buy the one that was available at Best Buy, and that one does not work. It's not compatible, so I just got to wait for them to send me the right one through the mail. So the refocusing problem will be going away momentarily at some point. Osama Abdu in the building says, let's be real, 1,500 to a millionaire. Like DJ is like 35 for the everyday brother. Fair point. Fair point. Somebody told a story. It might have been Kevin Samuels. Talked about how Shaq was just giving a chick his per diem. I don't know what the NBA players per diem is. Probably like a few $100s a day, couple hundred a day. Just that they get when they're on the road just for their food. And Shaq never spent his per diem. He didn't need to. He was making, with endorsements and everything, probably $40-50 million a year. That little few $100s, it was nothing to him. It was chump change. So what he did when he got his little per diem, and this may have been in the 90s, I don't know why he would get it in cash, but he would have it in cash in envelopes. He would get his per diem every day in envelopes and would just walk around with the envelopes. And so his little chicks that he was messing around with, on the road, he playing a game in, I don't know, Boston. You got a little shouty out there in Boston that he messing with. And yeah, he just would throw her his little per diem. It probably was, I don't know, 700. I don't know what it added up to for the week. But you can imagine it was probably, over $700, $800, $900. It was nothing to him. So he just tossing her envelopes of money, and she just so flattered that she just getting an envelope with money in it. But it was literally like he could have wiped his ass with that per diem money and not cared. So that's a factor in the equation too. That is a factor. I got a passport to Dow's. Body Game works on lake trout broads. Per diem per stroke. All right, let me get into something that will be. Oh no, the thing. Okay, this is two things that'll be the springboard to this conversation. It's not related to Derrick Jackson. Well, one of them is indirectly related to Derrick Jackson, and that's when Kevin Samuels did the show about men cheating. There's a video I'm going to show you that's real good. That really just breaks down the whole thing really good. Not a Kevin Samuels video, a video by somebody else who's more or less an expert on monogamy or the concept of human monogamy. He's more or less an expert on it. So I'm going to play a video of him. It's probably like 2-3 minutes long, and I'm going to play that clip. But Kevin Samuels did a great show that was that was it was probably 2 red pill for some red pillars. Like it was like some people don't get the genius of what's going on over there. When he did a stream called High Value Men Cheat, something of the sorts. Here we are, a brother with 32. I think it maxed out at 32K live viewers, 31K. I think was the highest I saw it. He's in there making an argument to women that men can't cheat, especially, well, more specifically, high value men. They're just being men. Oh, no. You can cheat, woman. High value men, no, they're not cheating. They're just being men. And that just is what it is. And you're just gonna have to deal with that. Or just get you a regular dude. When he talked about how the average brother making around 42K, and you talking about you want a man who make 250,000, he making 5-6 times. He making an income for 5 or 6 men. And adjusted for other races, the average man in this country across the board is about 50,000. Average white man is about a little over 50,000. So yeah, you talking about you want a man making $250,000. He has the money. He's making the money for 5 men. He's able to get 5 women. Is what it is. Like he is. It blows my mind that brothers still be criticizing Kevin Samuels like he's not advocating for men. Like he's advocating hard for men, and it's not just advocating for men against the women in his chat. Don't be so short-sighted. We just watched Coming to America 2, where, as I've stated before, Prince Hakeem had to sleep on the couch. Like, think about that. Prince Hakeem was told to sleep on the couch. His wife basically said, told him, I'm not submitting to you. And that really was no shock, because the whole notion of the first movie, the whole premise of the first movie is I didn't want a submissive woman. His wife didn't utter the words, I'm not submitting to you, but she just said, you don't see me in it. That's what was conveyed. She said, you don't see me in here hopping on one foot, barking like a dog or something like that. You know, when they had an argument, you don't see me in here talking about some whatever you like. The hell you think this is? Then there was a time when he was trying to have sex with her and he tiptoed into it. She like giving him her shoulder to him. This was like before that argument, if I'm not mistaken. And he just tiptoed in, all just beta as hell. I was thinking that we could perhaps engage in the sexual event tonight. And she just gave him like a boy bye. Yeah, King Hakeem. Okay, thank you. She boy buyed him in the King of Zamunda. Had to just roll over and just cuddle tight to the pillow and go to sleep, thinking about baseball. Like, so the reason I bring up King Hakeem is because if you look at the total downloads that or uploads that Coming to America had, people who actually bought Amazon Prime or people who bootlegged it, but people who actually paid for it, not Amazon. I forgot wherever the hell they was playing it at. Come to think of that, I need to end my subscription. I got a 30-day free trial. I don't want to pay them $13, $12, or however many dollars. I haven't used it since. I just signed up just to watch Coming to America 2. Now I need to cancel because I already got Hulu and Netflix and Disney Plus. I got all kinds of stuff. So I don't need that other streaming, whatever the hell. I don't need it. So I gotta cancel it. But anyway, I would be shocked if 16 million people uploaded that Coming to America. I'll be shocked. The reason that's important because a busy week for Kevin Samuels is he could probably get about 3-4 million views a week on a busy week where he did his live show 3 times and he posted like 8 to 9 Instagram clips. All of them got 250,000 at least. Some of them in the 500,000s. Some of them in the 600,000s. You add all that up, it adds up easily to about 3 to 4 million a week on a busy week, which means 16 million people per month, which means more people in a month probably watch Kevin Samuels than the amount of people that watched all that feminist propaganda in Coming to America. If you don't see the power in that, like you're missing. You're just not thinking. So he ain't just fighting against the little small battles. He fighting against the entire media narrative. He fighting against and pushing back against the whole feminist narrative out in the ether, where things are normalized, where it's normalized that a king is told to sleep on the couch. That's normalized. He's fighting against that. He got 31,000 people in there, I'm assuming mostly women, telling them that high value man who's earned that money and built himself up to the point to where he's high up there like that, he's killing it that hard in life. You lucky if you get to sniff his balls, let alone be his wife. And some of y'all got nerves to be trying to show up with kids, showing up a little overweight. But even if you're showing up intact, that man is still above you. And you might have to share him, pending, his temperament, where he at, how successful he is, and what he wants out of life. Your job is to be whatever he needs you to be. At the same time that coming to that probably 16 million people uploaded coming to America in that month, probably 16 million people watching Kevin Samuels. You got to think about that and understand that he's fighting against huge narratives. Huge narratives. Like, that's huge. Like, that's just, so I'm looking at that, and one thing he shouldn't have to fight is other red pill men, because he's advocating for some really red pill shit, and some red pill shit that will get women ultimately in line. Now, 100% no. I'm not going to break down percentages of how many will get in line, won't get in line. But the thing, if we understand how propaganda works, in 1950, it was unfathomable that we would be living in a world where a 10-year-old can decide their sex, their gender, I should say. All this stuff is unfathomable. It's out of just, somebody had a vision. Somebody was pushing for certain things. Somebody inceptioned a lot of people with their ideas and promoted their ideas and pushed their ideas and infiltrated institutions and pushed their ideas there. And one good place to start is normalizing red pill thought process. And the idea of a man, especially a successful man. Now, the way he talking about it, everybody can't play that game. Let me make that very clear. The way Kevin Samuels talking about it, everybody can't play that game. Because he talking about, successful men who got the money to buy silence, which Derek Jackson should have did. But he talking about that type of situation. Got the money to buy silence, keep my name out the street, don't embarrass me in my family situation. He's talking about that. So he talking about it next level, but he's talking about it in a way, in a way that nobody is talking about it on a platform that big. Right now, that's the biggest platform where real, actual red pill thought process is being put out there, and is being put out there to a predominantly female audience. If you don't understand how that's going to change, it's already changing the way people do media. It's already changing the way people, like content creators who grew their following doing other stuff, are slowly converting over to a more red pill type of thought process, or doing more red pill programming. He's already changing the way people do independent media. It won't be long before it start truly leaking over into mainstream. How does all that happen? It happened with somebody me and Ike be talking about this when we doing our little series on how people influence the masses. Corner Store Podcast in the building. He said, did you catch well, you gonna get on that Corner Store Podcast. Did you catch Jackson's self-reaction video breaking down how his wife came off? Yeah. I did catch that when you said break it down. He was breaking down more about how his wife came off, but I saw his self-reaction video, and I'm going to show you how he reacted to somebody else in a similar situation. I got a lot planned for you today. Yeah, I'm gonna get into that. Shout out to Ike in the building. Yeah, y'all missing out if y'all missing y'all ain't catching me in Ike series. We've been breaking down a lot of good stuff. And hold on, I can't miss. I know Platinum Elite in the building. Shout out to Platinum Elite. What's going on? Peace, salute, and shout out to you. Came through with a heavy-handed super chat. Appreciate it. Marty W, just in case you forget to cancel that free Amazon member. Then hit me with the 13 just in case I forget. I appreciate that because I forget. Man, it was something. I forgot what it was. Something I was paying for a year. Now, that's one of the side effects of, I'm not bragging, but I ain't capping, but I keep a certain amount of money in my account that I don't go below. When you check the check, you notice when you forget to cancel something. But when you get to the point when you're doing well, where you're going to keep a certain amount of money in your account no matter what, and more money coming in and money going out, money coming in, but it's a high enough number to where you don't notice that you getting hit every month for $24.99. That happened to me. I was getting hit for a long time for something I signed up for when I was getting my YouTube channel set up, when I was trying to go live. It was some little, I forgot, I can't even explain what it was. I signed up for something, forgot to cancel it, and it was hitting me $24.99 a month. $24.99 a month for like 9 months. They got me for a lot of money. I felt horrible. It was no way around that, no getting out of that. I was like, damn, I just completely botched that one. So I got to make sure that I don't get shucked, that Amazon don't shake me down. So I do got to make sure I cancel that. It's about that time. What was I doing? But Kevin Samuels was hitting them hard with some stuff. So hard with some stuff like I couldn't even agree fully 100% with everything that he was saying. I mean, you know, but he had an audience of 31,000 hitting him hard in there with the concept, the idea, the notion that men don't cheat, only women cheat. He was hitting them hard with that one. Now, when you're talking about a man, a high-performing man in the top 3% of men, like, yeah, it's almost like it is what it is. It is what it is. Do you really think Melania cared about Donald Trump buying porn stars? No. And hold on, we got cash apps. I'm about to show y'all something really good. I may have shown this before. What I'm about to show you, gentlemen, right now. Social monogamy versus sexual monogamy. This was on Star Talk with Neil deGrasse Tyson. One of my favorite people. That's actually the person that, if you know the old saying, if you could pick one person that you could sit down and talk to and pick his brain, if you could pick one person you could have dinner with, Neil deGrasse Tyson is actually that person. That I would, that I would want to sit down and just talk to, just pick his brain, that's Neil deGrasse Tyson is that dude. Carl Sagan was initially, but Neil deGrasse Tyson ultimately took his place. So I love Neil deGrasse Tyson, but this was on his show when they was talking about social monogamy versus sexual monogamy. And the black men don't cheat in the title. That's just that's just catchy. I'm really talking about men in general. The black men don't cheat / can't cheat because it's a social construct, which it is. And I say that as somebody who's in a relationship with one woman and she's the only woman I'm having sex with. And I'm happy having sex with just her. But I understand that it is a social construct the idea of it being wrong. Well, okay, we'll break that down. I don't want to get too deep into that, but it is a social construct, and it's going to get explained and broken down in this video. But yeah. Oh, when I grabbed my phone, what I was looking up, because I think Big Ike in the building sent a $100 cash app for the coffee fund. Thank you very much. I don't know what kind of coffee you think I'm drinking over here that's worth $100. No, just send it. I'm drinking Experience Luxurious coffee. Naima Buckner in the building. Good morning to you. You've been missing in action. I ain't seen you around these parts in a while. You must have got you a man, Naima. Naima must have got her a man and stopped hanging out around the manosphere. And they broke up. Now she back. How you doing, Naima? Welcome back. Your man broke up with you. What did he do? He wanted multiple women, didn't he? And you weren't trying to have no side chicks. Ace of Spades in the building says cheating is hiding something and not being upfront that you're going to sleep with other women. Yes, I can agree with that. What was I going to say? Oh, she said working on becoming a wife. Okay, I knew she got a man. That's why she came up missing. And that's why she came up missing. I ain't seen her on nobody channel. I posted nobody links. She trying to get hitched. Shout out to you though. The manosphere appreciates you. You basically started the trend of, the moderators coming through and working for the channel or volunteering for the channel, dropping the links. Now plenty of people come through and do that. A lot of ladies have followed your lead in doing that. It's like you've passed the baton, so to speak. So yeah, so shout out to you, Naima. Like I was joking about the whole situation with you, your man broke up with you, whatever. But no, real talk. You are appreciated by the manosphere. Real talk. Gary R. Deemer says, salute Bernard Riley, support for your platform, my brother. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Silent Lamont in the building. Can't cheat on a woman who's had 20 partners before. Uh-oh. Get up on out of there. But to what did Ace and Spades say? Cheating is hiding something and not being upfront that you're going to sleep with other women. Is a Kanye West line on Watch the Throne, No Church in the Wild. That was a song. I'm going to botch it. I love Kanye West. Kanye West can do no wrong musically. I like everything he do. When he was doing, he brought real rap back, like he said, and then he did, the I Just Went Crazy album, I'm Depressed album, I'm a Republican album, I'm Not a Republican No More album, the I Found Jesus, I Lost Jesus, Now I'm Back on Meds album. Whatever he going with, Kanye West can do no wrong musically. I like Kanye West music. He's crazy as hell, and whenever he talk, he tend to say stupid stuff, but musically he can do no wrong with me. But he had a line in that song, No Church in the Wild, we can start a new religion. No sins as long as there's permission. And deception is the only felony. So never fuck nobody without telling me. Like that was like, yeah, two tattoos. One said no apologies. The other said love is cursed by monogamy. Like that was like he was saying some deep stuff in there. At least deep to me. I thought I was gonna botch those lines. I can't believe I got them right. But no, I rock with Kanye West. I like Jay-Z and Kanye West. I wish they would get back together and do something. But yeah, those was legit. Them was some legit bars for real. Like love is cursed by monogamy because love is good. We like love. All we need is love. Now I'm seeing. See, I went from Kanye to the Beatles, but anyway, but yeah, love is good. Love is a beautiful thing. But the monogamy, though, that monogamy, though, it's like that's the curse that comes with love. Man, that's deep. That's deep. But anyway. But yeah, Kanye can do no wrong musically. I like all of it. I like everything Kanye ever did. Jesus, all that. Man, Silent, look, hold on. I'm timing you out. You just got timed out. I didn't have to time out Silent. Man, get out of here with that, man. Bernard look like Kanye teddy bear. I had to time him out for that one. Let me get to my clip, man. I'm trying to play this clip. Ace in spades. So cheating is still cheating, a man or woman. If you gotta hide, duck, dodge, lie, and not be upfront, you're cheating. High value or not. KS was wrong. Well, no. What was he wrong about? You just described what he was talking about. It's not cheating if you hiding and ducking. I mean, okay. You're not moving correctly if you're hiding and ducking around and lying. He was talking about the men, like, for example, a woman called in. She was with a high value man who was a good provider and all of that. And I think like twice a year, 2-3 times a year, he takes a trip overseas somewhere. And he's been doing that the whole time they were in a relationship. The whole time they were in a relationship, he was doing that. And she never asked no questions. She looked the other way. She kept her mouth shut. She wanted to marry this high quality, high value man. You see? So she wanted to marry him. So she understood. I mean, I don't want to say she understood, but she just kept quiet about it. Then when they got married, she felt like, okay, I got some leverage now. Shout out to Zero talking about they get all the power when you sign that contract. She thought, okay, I got some power now. Now I'm ready to start questioning him about what's going on. He like, why do you need to know? It can be unspoken. Is he bringing back diseases? Is he bringing back babies? Is he embarrassing the family name? Is he doing anything wrong? Is he handling all of his business? Is his character intact in terms of taking care of you and the kids, the household, everything that need to be done? Is he doing all of that? Then you need to look the other way. Because she's talked about how he was a high earning. I forgot how much money she said he made, but he made damn good money. So either something like that where you know what's going on, don't ask questions you don't want to hear the answer to, or just full blown, this is what it is. He was talking about, as a matter of fact, it is what it is type of way. He wasn't talking about this from a, sneaking. That's where it get wrong. That's when it gets wrong. And this is spoiling what I'm trying to get into. It gets wrong when you have an agreement with somebody, an agreement and an understanding with somebody, and you don't honor that agreement, and you start sneaking around and doing stuff on the side. That's when it's cheating. That's when you're being unloyal and dishonest. So no, Kevin Samuels wasn't wrong because he wasn't saying. I mean, he used the tagline. I mean, it draws people in. High value men cheat, but throughout the show, he was explaining that no, it's not cheating. But if you go have sex with somebody else when you with this high value man, oh yeah, you cheating. And he's explaining what this man brings to the table and offers you versus what you offer him. You lucky, like. So no. He held it down. Excuse me. Real quick before we get going. Oh shit, she ain't. He said Buckner came on my channel to show off her legs. Now she wants to get married. Why? Oh, why you gotta out her? Why you gotta kiss and tell, Platinum? You could have let her live. She came over here stunting. I'm just trying to find me a husband. But she had her legs out on your channel. You saw the inside or the outside of the thigh. How'd she do it? How'd she do it? You could have let her rock, Platinum. You ain't had to kill the dream over here. You ain't had to do that. Obsidian says Bernard Riley disagree. By definition, having sex with someone other than your spouse is adultery. Yes. Cheating solution, don't get married. Can't argue with that one. But in the context that Kevin Samuels was talking about, he was explaining it from the perspective of high value men who, yes, they need a wife for, a lot of the things that you've spoken about. I'm not going to break that down because that ain't my world. So I'm not going to front like that's my thing. But the reasons why Kevin Samuels explains why a high value man would need a wife, and that's basically part of the agreement going in. So I'm talking about an agreement going in. That's a different thing. And with a lot of things that he talk about, how some men who got money, they play by different rules. But I do understand your thought process, logic. That's one school of thought. Don't get married. Don't get married if you're not willing to just be with and commit solely to that one woman. Why get married? I understand. Adultery is having sex with another man's wife. The Bible do word it that way, and I always had questions about that. If I'm not mistaken, the Bible words it that way to where it's having sex with another man's wife. Well, what if you married and you just have sex with the local harlot or whatever they call them? But yeah, there's that. All right, let me roll this clip. This beautiful bean footage. Hit the like button, by the way. Hit the like button. Wait, hold on. Hold up. Let me make sure I can hear it. Yeah, I should be able to hear it, though. This video is just doing a breakdown on monogamy, explaining how human beings are not naturally monogamous. It's a social construct called social monogamy versus sexual monogamy. Let's go.
We are not a naturally monogamous species. We are a pair bonding species, but there's social monogamy, which is the pair bond, and there's sexual monogamy, which is never touching anybody ever again with your genitals. And we are not.
We've never split that before.
No, we need to split it. All of these birds we used to look to and think, why can't we be monogamous like birds?
Like the eagles and
certain geese and little birds that would mate, and they would mate for life, and we would measure our failure as humans to live up to the standards set by these damn birds. Well, along comes genetic testing, and we find out that these birds are screwing around on each other constantly. That they are socially monogamous, pair bonded, but they're not sexually monogamous. No primates with testicles our size are monogamous, sexually monogamous. Women, hidden menses. I'm not saying all this to say that people shouldn't go for monogamy if monogamy is something that they want. I'm not saying this to argue that people who made a monogamous commitment have license to violate that monogamous commitment.
And of course, that's what headlines would do when they hear a phrase that comes out of your mouth. Right?
And they do that.
Right.
What I'm saying is we're not naturally monogamous. It is a difficult struggle for us. Chris Ryan, sex writer, in his book, Sex at Dawn,
These great. You just know all these sex writers.
Well, I do. I read them all. He points out that, all these cultures, the sky religions, death penalty for adultery. While at the same time, we run around arguing that monogamy comes naturally to us as a species. Well, no other species has to be threatened with death to do that, which comes naturally to it. We don't point guns at dolphins and say swim, right? But we point guns at each other and say don't cheat, because monogamy comes naturally to us. And so my argument then isn't you shouldn't have it, you shouldn't do it. My argument is we should be a little compassionate and understanding about the fact that monogamy is a struggle, that a monogamous, what we believe, what we're told as children is one day you will grow up and fall in love with someone and you will make a monogamous commitment to them, and that means you're in love with them. And when you're in love, you won't want to have sex with other people. And the truth is, if you make a monogamous commitment to someone you love, you will still want to have sex with other people. You will refrain from it. It will be difficult. And so perhaps we need to look at people who've been in 50-year marriages and only cheated on each other once or twice and say they were good at monogamy. Not bad at it, good at it. And give them some credit for having done this thing that was difficult and unnatural as a token of their love and affection and commitment, almost completely successfully. It's like somebody standing on one foot for 50 years. That's kind of amazing. If they touched the ground 2 or 3 times to get their balance, we wouldn't go, they sucked at standing on their foot for 50 years on one foot.
It was some bars in there. He spit some bars. Snuggles 668. Snuggles 668 says, hold up, what am I doing? Somebody says, what the is love? Biochemical reactions happening in your brain that tells you that you feel really, really highly and special about someone. That's what love is. But yeah, the idea, when it's hard to argue with what he's saying when he's talking about social monogamy versus here I'm forgetting the damn name of it. Social monogamy versus sexual monogamy. It's hard to argue with what he's saying, and it speaks to the simple fact that yes, it is a social it's a social construct. I'm not saying it's a bad one. I'm not saying that it's not useful for a functioning society for people to pair up and band together and stick together and raise children. Shout out to Zero. He said, without children, you don't have a society. As far as the raising of children, yes, 2 people committing to each other in raising those kids. It's the best road to a functional society. It goes back to what me and Ike were talking about, the whole philosopher king concept of somebody having ideas that they put out there in society. How do you make a group of people who've just been having random sex for generations embrace the idea of monogamy, something that they're not naturally hardwired to do? How do you do that? You have to inception them with ideas. That's why I talked about the power of Kevin Samuels having a platform that big, talking about all the things that we talk about in this space. That's the power of that. But somebody had to inception people with the notion of one-to-one monogamy, and because somebody had the vision and idea that was the path to a functional society. Indigenous TV. Dan Savage is the last person I'd listen to for anything. He's a trash human being and is widely known to be anti-hetero. I'm not sure about that. I think I do. Yeah, he is gay. Let's throw that out there. Yeah, he is gay, but I don't know if he's anti-hetero. I've never heard in all of the speaking that I've heard. Only thing I've ever heard him speak on, I will say that. Only thing I've ever heard him speak on is this topic of monogamy. It's the only thing I've ever heard him speak on. But as far as being anti-hetero, and very vile in his rhetoric toward conservatives, that may be true as well. I first found out about him when I was a liberal myself, so he probably, and conservatives are more likely the ones that got pulled out the pitchforks when it comes to cheating and lack of monogamy and all of that stuff and all kinds of different sexual perversions. But then they low-key get caught engaging in it. Sometimes they get caught in bathroom stalls and all kind of stuff like that. But I'll do further research on his ideas on other topics, but on this topic, he's spot on. On this topic, I think he has the research correctly. And no, we're not talking about gay men. See, this is what I don't. This is how Negroes do. What are you talking about here? Don't got nothing to do with homosexuality or being straight, hetero, whatever the hell. It don't got nothing to do with that. It don't matter if he was a Chinese albino Oompa Loompa. None of that would matter to the merits of the words that came out of his mouth. That's so. If he was making a case for being gay, then I'm sitting here like, that's interesting. Then yeah, okay, charge me up. But damn, he didn't say nothing about that. And I listened to him speak on this subject for a long time before I even found out that he was gay. He was talking about monogamy and whether or not it's natural in human beings. Like, come on, let's not get goofy and like, oh, so we propping up gay men. Yeah, the manosphere promoting gay men. Like, no, come on. Come on. Don't get goofy on me. Pablo says cheating husbands don't leave. That's an interesting article. Email me that article. I might do something with it someday. Mr. Wright says polygyny is acceptable in the Bible. It's only adultery of the woman. I think he means if the woman is married. That is a very broad question. What ideology are you standing on then? What do you mean? In regards to what? What are you talking about? What ideology am I standing on then? There's like a million I seriously don't know what you mean. So be specific. David Johnson says men are meant to be shared. Science and nature proves that. That's more or less the point. All throughout the animal kingdom, and I've talked about this before, mating success for a man, I'll just focus on mammals because there's some other weird species out there that got weird stuff going on, but typically mating success for a man, for a male, not man, because man, that's a human male, but mating success for a male is spreading your seed with as many women, with as many females as possible, propagating your DNA as much as possible. The reckless dude out there who's impregnated over 15 women, not saying he's right. That goes back to the social construct. From a social construct standpoint, it is bad if some random guy is going around city to city or village to village or wherever the hell just impregnating random women. That's not a good thing. But I'm not going to, but he is hardwired through evolution to want to do that. Now we should frown upon that because it's not good for society. But we can't play stupid and not pretend like we don't understand that. Yes, he's hardwired through evolution to want to do that. Now he need to think with the frontal lobe, if I got the science right on that. But I'm all playing around in the chat. But yeah, that's the only thing I'm talking about here is that monogamy is not natural for humans. It's not. It still could be a good idea. I do like how he broke it down when he explained that socially committing to each other, social monogamy versus sexual monogamy are two different things. And I think a fair discussion could be had about whether or not they should be separated. But overall, it is a good idea. It's a good idea, whether or not in all practicality is going to work for all men. Hell no. Not even almost. Not even halfway. Not in the least bit. And not to mention the data that, damn it, I don't got it ready, but we've seen the data. Obsidian have shown that data plenty of times. Kevin Samuels talked about the data. I can't put it up on the screen right now, but we know the data where Yes, the title "Black Men Don't Cheat." Black men cheat the more out of everybody else, and black women cheat. Black women are coming in number 2. I think 24% or 26, 24, something like 24% of black men in marriages cheat, per the Family Studies Institute. I'm forgetting what it's called, but we've seen it. If you hang around the manosphere, you've seen it. Obsidian have shown it. I've shown it. It's been talked about. It's about 24% of black men cheat. Black women are number 2 at about 21%. Now you can go with those stats. You even if you want to fight against the data on that, either way it goes, what we kind of know and kind of see with our own eyes reflects through the data. Sometimes data will prove stereotypes, and black people are screwing around the most, per the data and per our own damn eyes too. So there's that. Shout out to Platinum. I think I'm missing one of your. Super chats. Penguins are monogamous. Not exactly true, but let me finish reading that. That is not the way for men like me. We find them and smash them. Right on. But penguins are not completely monogamous. They are seasonally monogamous. When they do that little thing that they do, if you watched March of the Penguins, they meet up, they do the little mating ritual or whatever. They find the mate. Once they find that mate, they pair with them for that whole mating season. They get impregnated. Then I forgot exactly the routine or how it works, but those two people are committed to each other. One of them takes the egg to some place where the ice don't freeze, so the egg can stay out of the water, while the other person goes and gets, I don't know, fattened up so they can have something to throw up when they make the journey. By the time the egg crack, and then they throw up in the mouth of the baby, so the baby can eat, so the baby can survive the journey back to the water. It's like a long thing to take months. It's like they have to go through so much just to mate and procreate. When you watch that, it's like, man, I'm surprised they just don't throw in the towel and say, hey, let's just live a happy life until we die and then go extinct, because they have to. It's such a long, grueling process where so many of them die just trying to do it, and it's like they might as well just live a happy life and go extinct. But the moral of the story, as far as what you're saying, is penguins are monogamous. After that season is over, or after that year is over, all bets are off. And if both of those parties live until it's time to mate again the next year, until it's time to make another baby, when they all meet up and do the mating ritual, they may find a different person, different penguin, which they quite often do. So they're not pair bonded for life with that penguin. They're just pair bonded for a year. They're serial monogamous. They're monogamous and pair bonded with that particular. I'm using that word, pair bonded, but they're bonded with that particular penguin until the baby is born. The baby is fed and made back to the water, and now the baby is thriving and living a normal life. And at that point, once they get the kid to maturity, all bets are off. They're kind of doing it right. But anyway. But no, the penguins, they are not monogamous. Shout out to Mr. Fantastic in the building. Anything that defies biology is never a good idea. It forces people to pretend they want to participate in something their body is forcing them not to do. That is a good point. And that leads me back to what I'm about to get into our dear friend Derek Jackson. How, again, I set up the social construct aspect of it, and how it was a good idea that people were able to digest, and it worked in terms of family and children. It worked. The idea and the concept of it worked. But like you said, it is fighting against biology. And that brings me back to Derek Jackson, who's been selling women. And I wasn't the first one to say this. Somebody else said it and probably said it better than I'm going to say it. He's been trying to sell women the notion that men should be something that they're not, short of you finding this thing that men are not. And I'm not even just talking about the cheating. I'm talking about every damn thing that he's been selling them that men should be. You know, if you're selling them something that men are not, and in their life experience, men are consistently not this thing that he's selling them that men are or should be, they're going to end up with men that's not going to be exactly what he exactly what he's saying that they are or they should be. Thus, they're not going to want to be with those men. Thus, the reason he was separating more people, but then having all the understanding and compassion in the world when it came to his situation and understanding that he's not perfect based off the dictates of what somebody wrote a long time ago of what's supposed to be perfect and monogamy and all of that. Understanding that he ain't that, and understanding that it does in some cases have to be a workaround. That them staying together and having a family and all of that is a great thing. Them being socially socially monogamous paired with each other or committed to each other. Somebody said it on Game. A woman actually said that on Game Changers channel. Women want, and I don't know how true it is given what we're looking at with Kevin Samuels, but it varies. But women want commitment more than monogamy. Are you committed to me? You know, they talked about in the days of old that we wax poetic and nostalgic about how the guy who the you know pops back then, he took care of the both of them households, or he came home every night. He had a missus on the side, but he came home every night. They be talking tough, like, oh, if y'all just took care of everything, we'd be cool, we'd be good. But then again, then we get the arguments, the counter to that, where they're full blown like, no, they you can't do all this awesome, amazing stuff that we're saying we want you to do, then you deliver on that, and okay, you're fucking somebody else, then okay, that was still a problem. And even then, when you got to average all that into the equation, we got to average into the equation that women cheat almost just as much as men. And that data that I referenced by the Family Institute of Family Studies, they damn, my screen kind of froze. It showed quite clear. Yeah, my screen is going like my YouTube is dying. I had to refresh or something. But it showed quite clear that women from 18 to 29, surprise, surprise, cheat more than men. From 18 to 29, they cheat more than men. And I am frozen on YouTube. Hold on. I'm looking at it funny though. Give me a second. All right. Ignore me. But yeah, women from 18 to 29, they cheat more than men when they're in their hottest sexual prime years, where their sexual market value is the highest. Surprise, surprise, they cheat more than men. Surprise, surprise on that one. So yeah, that got to be averaged into the equation when we're talking about how men are. Derek Jackson selling them the notion of a man, selling them men in a form that men very rarely exist in, versus Kevin Samuels selling women exactly what men are. That's something to average into the equation. But then when he ended up doing exactly what men do, especially men with money, especially men who, as he said, has made $100,000 a month for the last, I forgot how many years. He's a millionaire. Case closed. He's a millionaire. So you're talking about a millionaire man who's married, has a family, who's cheating, and now wants the understanding that essentially, yes, this is how men are when they have money, when they have success, when they have fame, when they have all of that comes with the territory. Now he wants the understanding with it. Jessica X in the building with the super chat says monogamy creates society. It's a part of what creates society. Yeah, I touched on that because you can't have a society without children, and unless there's a true village raising the kid, and the concept of mother and father caring for children is not a thing, then you could possibly have a society. But overall, I think some people who was in, as Ike calls, the philosopher king position understood that in order for this society to function, we need to get people to commit to each other for the long haul of raising these kids. Otherwise, nomadic men would just be impregnating women at random and being rolling stones, and then these kids won't have provision and protection and all of that, and society would just be just a chaotic anarchy. So yes, they wanted some societal structure. You are right about that. That's one thing that I've been talking about, and that's why I say it was a good idea. That goes against nature. Some things go against nature, but they are good ideas. Like I said, it is our nature to literally bust a nut in every woman that we have sex with. That is our nature. That is our call of the wild. We're not getting horny just for sport. No, we get horny. That's our genes telling us to go propagate our DNA. That's why we get horny. Our genes are telling us to go propagate your DNA. However, we pull out and we put condoms on. So we're going against nature and putting a condom on. So you don't going against nature by putting a condom on. You're making a good idea. So that's what I mean by that. Condoms are a good idea. Not impregnating every woman you have sex with is a good idea. But that is the reason, the goal, the purpose, intent of sex. Oh, I didn't finish reading this. Do you want society or people running on pure animalistic nature? You can't have both. I agree with that. And that's why I said it's a good idea. That's why I said it's a good idea. But where is that middle ground? I mean, it turns into a difficult thing because we're going to end up with a lot of people who are just in a constant nonstop fight against that thing that's a good idea because of the thing that is our nature. That is a fight. And all throughout history, men who had a lot of resources had multiple wives and multiple women. So in a perfect world, it's almost like it makes sense that you could, have multiple partners if you can earn it. If you can earn it. Like me and Ike was talking about a time where men had to, earn a wife, or talking about cultures, custom, and traditions where you promote that, or for example, a man has to, know how to build a house, and then, how good he is in terms of having his resources and knowing how to build a house and building a big, beautiful house based off the man, based off what he creates, what he has in him as a man, that would determine the quality of the wife that he would get, and how beautiful and how feminine and how elegant and graceful she was, and all the feminine aspects of everything in life that would determine what type of man would provide the type of, how big of a house she'll get to beautify or put her feminine light and grace in, or however he explained it. Real good stuff when me and I was talking about that. Like, that makes sense. But the world we live in now, instead of what I just described right there, swag, wit, charm, game, charisma, chopping hoes, mopping flows, trying to fuck on these beaches is a currency out there now. So it's not a merit system of what a man accomplished versus, and that's what he receives, that's what he gets back in terms of women. Hope I didn't miss nobody else's super chat. Aha. Silent Lamont says resources committed, not to their man. Yes, so I've heard some of them say that. Yeah, I'm committed to the resources, but not to the man. Yeah. And if I don't want to paraphrase or botch what Kevin Samuels was saying, but he's saying he basically was arguing that many men are like, my resources, provision, protection, and everything that I'm providing for you in terms of a lifestyle and everything I'm providing for the kids and all of that is committed to you, but my dick is a free agent. Don't want to paraphrase him and botch what he was trying to say, but yeah. Jessica SKC in the building says, Jessica X, yes, the community needs more animalistic behavior. Societies are overrated. People should be alpha wolves and queen beaches. Right. Totally. Black Wolf Inc. in the building. Hey, Captain, what's good? Did you get my cash? Yeah, not only did I get your cash apps for yesterday, I put your name in lights. And speaking of that, I got to put Ike's name in lights. Shout out to Ike for the $100 cash app. I forgot to put something scrolling across the bottom. I'm gonna get back with you on that, Black Wolf. I meant to email you last night, but I be lazy sometimes. But I'll get back to you on that. But yeah, I definitely got your cash app. Today's show is brought to you by Ike. Oh, yeah. Man. For the $100 cash app. I got to put platinum on there too, because $50 is worthy of being a sponsor as well. So I got to figure out a way to word that. But anyway, I got your cash apps. I had your name scrolling down there all the whole show yesterday. So I got your cash apps, and I will be getting back to you on that. Leo Anthony in the building with a super chat says, unfortunately, women are very attracted to the fantasy that a man with Derek Jackson's options will not cheat and be faithful to them only. That's what he was selling. That's the funny part, that he was the guy with those options who was cheating, but was selling that a man shouldn't be cheating if he has those options. Like, you just go back and listen to his videos, man. They hit so different now. It's so funny, man. Like those Derek Jackson videos hit so different. Speaking of Derek Jackson, let me whip this out real quick. Hold on. Thank you I see you sent that that link. That link, not platinum, Pablo. I see you sent that link. So I'm gonna I'm gonna check that out. I'm gonna definitely check that out. But this is some funny stuff. Hold on. Hold up. Stop that screen share. I was screen sharing all that time. Yeah, I should be able to see that. These are the funniest Derek Jackson memes I saw. There was a lot of them out there. I know y'all saw some of them, but I just got to stop and share the ones that I just thought were the funniest, man. This one had me dying laughing. Derek Jackson, baby, come record this video with me real quick, please. His wife. Man, this one killed me right there, because when you look, let me make sure. Yeah. There's a little vibrator or some little sex toy or something right there. She's sitting there with the bonnet. Man, that one killed me. I know y'all saw this when Derek Jackson. This was the cover of his actual book, but they swooshed it up. They titled it "Gotcha, Bitches: How to Make Money Off Women Emotions." Oh man, you need the Snyder cut of that book. Oh man. This one killed me too, man. Derek Jackson's wife watching him get into his car to do another video. Yeah, Those was too damn funny. And it kind of reminded me that, the most messed up part about all this, the low-key messed up part about all this, me and Obsidian talked about it, how they the chick was basically saying he was at his house recording the video while she was sitting there walking around in her thong. She's like, I could have walked right behind him with my thong on while he was recording. Ace and Spades says, hold on, let me get my I'm gonna leave that one up there for a minute while I look at some super chats. That one was funny, man. That one killed me the most. No, actually, no, the one to get up out the bed one, that was the funniest one to me. Keith Williams says, thank you for your content, Bernard. Thank you for your super chat. Kenneth. I'm sorry, Kenneth Williams. I'm sorry. The Bro Speak podcast, isn't it the nature of women to mate with the best genetic male around? Yes, it is the nature of a male to propagate his DNA with as many females as possible. It is the nature of a female to mate with the best male possible. Mating success for a male is if it's 20 females available, impregnating all 20. Mating success for a female is, I think I'm blocking somebody by accident. Mating success for a female, if it's 20 males around, mate with the best among them. Because, she has to have that downtime of carrying the baby. In the case of humans, 9 months. I don't know how long dogs or wolves or lions, tigers, and bears carry children. But look at, even if it's 6 months, that's 6 months of downtime. Or there's a season for it. Or maybe it's 2 seasons per year, different. It varies from animal to animal. But you get the point. It's one thing that she could do one time per year. But for that male, it's how many can you impregnate? So yes, the male mammal is hardwired to want to have sex with more females than what the female is hardwired to want to have sex or reproduce with as many males. Now, the downside to that is, not the downside, but the counter to that is, they get horny too and they want to have sex and they like to have sex. But still, that across the board with nature, the mating success for the female is getting the best available. The best male available around. Mating success for a male is impregnating as many as possible. That's the name of the game. But thank you for that super chat. Appreciate that. Now, and that goes back to the point that I made, that Fantastic made, that Jessica X made. That's will be a debate for the beginning, to the end of time. If something is natural, should we fight against it? But if something is natural and the outcomes are bad, society does need to figure out a way to minimize the amount of harm. Put it like that. But to just say full blown no sex in the champagne room, no, I don't. You're not putting all that toothpaste back into the tube. That's very difficult to do. Me and Ike did a stream, and we do a reoccurring stream every Sunday where we talk about how to put the toothpaste back into the tube. And it's a very difficult conversation where we talk about ideas that probably won't work, but they're interesting thought experiments. Kenneth Williams in the building. No, I already read that one. Kenneth. Thank you for that. Red Bro Speaks. Let me scroll on down. Shit. Ace in Spade says, on my last point, ARC made a video that if you don't tell women you get involved with that you're going to sleep with other women, you're a verbal coward. Agreed. I know verbal coward was a thing though, but I think you just say coward, but verbal coward, fair. I mean, that's fine. But overall, agree. I agree. People should be upfront and say what it is, what type of relationship that they're looking for. And that's where ARC is doing the Lord's work with Mode 1, even though a lot of people like to criticize them, like to criticize Mode 1, getting people to be upfront and honest, even when their upfront honesty is going against social programming. Yeah, and that's the being honest about your intentions and what you want is easy. Fighting against your social programming and the perceived social programming of the person you're talking to, that's the difficult part when it comes to that mode one thing. So he's on to something. He's no doubt on to something. People do need to be upfront about their intentions, but it can be difficult because social programming, social constructs, everything that we're fighting against can be difficult at times. Red alert, even Big Ja made a parody video on him. Yeah, I've seen a lot of Derek Jackson parody videos. They're all over the place. Snuggles668 says Mr. Jackson's video did exactly what it was supposed to do, and the outcome was exactly as you all are saying. So his videos were exact. Use it. I don't even know exactly what you mean, but Snuggles in the building with a super chat. Appreciate that. Ace and Spades back in here. If you're really high value, you should have no problem telling women, even if you're not ducking. There should be no issue being upfront. Agreed. Silent Lamont in the building says, don't know how long bear give birth. That's your peeps. You trying to get timed out again, Silent? Trying to get timed out again, aren't you? Derek Jackson in his car warning women about certain men. Can you imagine that the news reporter that be on the lookout for a certain type of guy? We have the sketch of him, and the sketch look exactly like the guy reporting the news. Yeah. Yeah, they're like, Team Jackson, what's happening? Yeah, ladies, you need to be on the lookout for these type of men, these type of guys who are 6'5", dark skinned, work out every day, make videos in their car, and named Derek. Oh damn. Wait, hold on. That's me. Oh my goodness. The internet undefeated, man. The internet is too undefeated. I don't know if y'all can see how tight he's squeezing the hand. This is how tight Derek Jackson was holding his wife's hand. Oh man. And I think after they got done with the video, when he got up and walked off, I think he took her whole arm with him. He just ripped her arm off like the Terminator when he walked off. Oh, shoot. Oh, this is just wrong. This one is wrong. Oh, shit. God dang. Internet is undefeated, man. Internet is undefeated. That's allegedly not a bonnet, but it looked like a bonnet, and they should have known better. I mean, he got on a designer V-neck, and it looked like she got on her long johns, some Stonewatch jeans, and some in a bonnet, and apparently no bra. You know, they still don't match as a couple. They don't. However, she's not bad looking. I mean, people criticizing her. I mean, she could have got dead up, but no, she is facially cute. That is a cute face. I mean, look at her eyes, look at her lips. She's cute. You know, Derek Jackson in every way, money, status, looks, physical fitness, power, everything. He's a 10 out of 10 in every category. So they're still they still mismatch as a couple, but overall, no, she's cute, and so there's that. But yeah, those memes be funny as hell. Those memes, they be funny as hell. M. Stewart, you think so? You think she worship him? Somebody said that she looked like I don't want to get into that. I was just going to say that because people could read so much into any and everything. So much, any and everything could get read into trying to read body language, and a lot of people have broke down the timeline of so much stuff that he said to where it's like he's still lying, and then they're reading her reaction when he's still lying about little things, and they're like reading her reaction where it's like they could see they looking at every little detail, how she paused and fluttered when she heard or looked at him when she heard a lie, but then turned around and nodded her head with it, like it's Mr. Shane Vicious. She probably trapped him with I ain't going. No, stop. No. We're not about to make him a victim. Cut that out. We're not about to make him a victim. It's more likely that he orchestrated and masterminded everything than to say that she trapped him with a baby. I mean, it's some okay. Put it like that. I'm going to look at LeBron James. He's any woman married LeBron James, she's hit the lottery a million times. The odds of doing that is getting. You got better chances. A woman just walking out and sometime down the road marrying LeBron James, she had better odds of getting struck by lightning 3 times. Better odds of getting struck by lightning 3 times. So, excuse me. LeBron James married his high school sweetheart. He married the woman that was with him before he had money. Now, obviously, LeBron James is a pretty easy horse to bet on. You know, if you knew him at 15, that was a good horse to bet on. But either way, he married his high school sweetheart. Derek Jackson married his college sweetheart. So trapped him with a baby. Like, no, I think once he started getting rich, and he did need a wife for his brand, that much is true. He did get her pregnant. But you saying she trapped him with a baby, I ain't going there. I think it was more likely the case that yes, that was his high school sweetheart, the woman that he was doing his as Obsidian would call it, his select fuckboy stuff when he had was cheating on her back then, because he talked about that back then, how he was cheating on her and they broke up. Then he started getting successful. Then he started getting rich. I think it's natural. We see a lot of NBA players do that. They end up going back to the woman that was with them before they had money. And I actually think if you gotta get married and you gotta have kids and you gotta have a family, I do think that's an honorable thing to do, to get with the chick that was there from the beginning, who liked you when you was broke with dirty drawers on. I do think that is a fair play versus marrying the bimbo. Now, the catch-22 with that, they're still going to be smashing the bimbos. That's the thing. That's the unavoidable part, that the bimbos still are getting smashed. Ain't no way around that. The bimbos will be getting smashed. No way around that. They that rich, they that famous. The bimbos are still getting smashed, but they marrying the woman that loved them from the start. So I think it's more in line that's what it was. Oh, and it looked good for the brand. That was one of my takeaways with the whole little thing that they did. Yeah, it's good that they, that a family stayed together and worked it out and did this, but it's also good for the brand. Buy my book, by the way. That Negro was promoting the book while doing the damn cheating confession thing, man. That's where You can't even get a little ounce of sympathy. It's all about the brand and the book and all of this and all of that. And even when he even when I gotta pull this up, even when he look. Even when he admitted, ooh, I got to break this right now. Let me show y'all something else. Let me show y'all something else. This is okay. We was talking about whether or not Derrick Jackson was going to take a hit. In just my luck, I don't have it up. Just my luck. I could have swore I screenshot that to myself or sent that to myself. I probably can do it now if I can be quick with the trigger. Because I do want to show y'all. Well, y'all can take my word on. Nope. Y'all got to see it. Well, it's not really hard evidence, but it's something worth seeing. Before this happened, somebody commented in my chat room. When I made a video 4 days ago about Derrick Jackson, how he keeps responding to Kevin Samuels. Don't you remember the good old days? I know he remembered the good old days or missed the good old days when that was his biggest controversy, countering Kevin Samuels' talking points. Now he got all kinds of shit going on. But I know he missed the good old days when how to counter Kevin Samuels was his biggest problem. He got much bigger problems now. But here's the deal. Somebody commented in my comment section. They said, at this moment in time, right here, as we speak, this was 4 days ago, he said Kevin Samuels has 553,000 subs. Derrick Jackson has 753,000 subs. And he was just asking the question, I wonder, will Derrick Jackson or will Kevin Samuels break 1 million before Derrick Jackson? I think yes. Now, here's the important part here. If y'all are looking at my screen, I don't have to blow this all the way up to make sure y'all can see it. I'm going to have to blow this up to make sure that y'all can see it. But 4 days ago, before all this controversy dropped, Derrick Jackson had 753,000 subs. Right now, you can see now, them bad boys are dropping. They dropping like flies. Hopefully I can see my cursor. They are dropping like flies. I looked last night and he had 741,000. I woke up this morning and it's at 738K. He done lost a lot of subs. If he was at 753,000, that he's lost 15,000 subs. Oh yeah, god damn it. I got notifications on. The fuck? You damn right I got notifications on. My highest viewed video is because I had notifications on, because when he finally responded to Kevin Samuels and I was waiting on him to respond to Kevin Samuels, I got to work immediately and dropped my response video. My response video was the first video responding to Derrick Jackson, responding to Kevin Samuels. So mine went semi-viral. It got like 27,000 views right now. And I picked up like 800 subs off that one video. So you goddamn right, I got notifications on. God damn it. Got to be savvy out here and get them subs. You got to drop the story when it's hot, fresh off the presses. I knew the hell I was doing. I knew he was going to respond. So I had them notifications on strong, ready to go. But yeah, he lost 15,000 subs. To say it like Sylvester. I remember Zero said that when he was talking about somebody's child support payments. I forgot how much the dude had to pay per month, but it was like 78,000 per month somebody had to pay. And Zero was like, he had to pay $78,000. He was like, with 200 T's on your tongue, 78,000. Like he got, but Derrick Jackson lost 15,000. $15,000, 15,000 subs. Yeah, they dropping like flies. Now he's still over 700,000. I don't suspect he'll go below 700,000, but they dropping. They are dropping. Silent Lamont says, DJ, the ninja that steals your wallet and then helps you. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, man. Mr. Shane Rich is in the building. Says she probably oh yeah, we already read. Damn, I'm all the way up there. How I get all the way up there? My bad, Fatal Dose. I think I saw your super chat that I missed. I'm trying to circle my way back to it. Hopefully it's still available, which it is not. My bad, Fatal Dose. I will check and see in the analytics what that said. The Mac the Trucker in the building, he said the fourth woman that's going to come out on Mr. There actually the third woman hasn't came out yet. Well, I'm sure Tasha K got that brewing. But the fourth woman that's going to come out on Mr. Derek Action Jackson, I think she called him Action Packing Jackson, is going to be none other than I don't think K Michelle going to do that, but he probably smashed. Mark my words, I said it first. He probably smashed. Good man in the building. He said, someone said Kevin Samuels tells women to stay with their husband even after they cheat. In some situations, he has said that. Derek Jackson tells women to leave their husband after they cheat. Whose advice she gonna take? It depends. It greatly depends. I mean, there's levels and nuance to that. Some women stay, some women leave. I think it depends. I think it depends on the situation. But in some situations, some women should take the Kevin Samuels advice. Or, dare I say, they should take the current Derek Jackson advice. The advice that his wife is taking right now. Yeah. Black women don't believe in civilized societies when they still keep giving guys like future babies. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate that. I think that's it on that. But yeah, he took a hit. He's taking a hit. 15,000, that's a lot. That's a lot because you got to look at it in terms of views. I know, okay, when you had a channel going for like 6, 7, 8 years and you got 738,000 subs and you've been sort of stagnant in that 700K range, 700, well, I don't know how long he was sitting at 750,000, but when you've just been sitting there, just comfortable, just chilling, some of your subs are people that subbed 6 years ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. They probably not even really watching your videos that much no more. But so when you lose that many subs, you're losing active viewers. Like those are active people. Those are people who got their notifications turned on. So when he does a video and it gets, let's just say 75,000 views, if this trend keeps going and he loses 25,000 subs, he potentially going that 75,000 view video, he's potentially going to be a $50,000 view video. Now, is that still good? Yes. Is still making money? Yes. Is he still pushing his book that's the new one is already 50% off, by the way, just so you know, it's 50% off. He promoted that in his last video. Well, I mean, they both like to hang out in cars, so there's that. SKC says Sansaray next. They both spend a lot of time in cars, so that's a possibility. That's a possibility. So yeah, I predicted that he's going to lose 33% of his market. He's going to lose about 33%, which means he's still going to do good. I suggested in my pre-recorded video that he should that he's made enough money to walk away from this business altogether and he can just open up something like Team Jackson Fitness Center and just make his money that way and then just go and be a family man and stop selling women a bunch of nonsense for a living, and he could sell something that's actual, tangible, something that he is actually living, that's good, and that's health, fitness, and working out. He could start selling that. You know, he could do that. That's what I mean. He could pivot and transition and just get out of the business altogether. But he about to be on an uphill battle trying to stay in this business. Because even when you look at his comment sections, it's just looking bad. Good man. He said, "I'm telling you, his wife is going to call." No, his wife is a team player to the point to where that won't happen. She could have been out at all of this. She could have been showed out. She could have been flipped. Like, no, she's a team player. She's a team player. She's about the business. She's about the brand. She's about the family. She ain't gonna do nothing stupid. I don't get that vibe from her. She gonna do whatever whatever needs to be done, whatever he tell her to do. And I'm not even saying that like it's a bad thing, because it is what it is. I mean, she's married to a guy whose value could not be higher. Like, so yeah, it's. I mean, but she can take half and just quietly walk away. I'll say that. But overall, yeah, it's no. If she wanted to blow it up, she could have been blowing it up. I might do some comments. Well, yeah, I'm going to show one of their videos, and then we will just scan the comment section after I see that. After I look at that, Emma Own Lang said, "Is there a way for you to see active/inactive subs?" I don't think so. You just got to look at your views and your activity. Well, you see that with some channels that got, put it like this: it's channels that got millions of subs that don't do better numbers than Kevin Samuels. So you can just gauge it that way, that yeah, they got a lot of inactive subs that don't really listen. If you go so long without watching somebody's videos, YouTube will stop even sending you their notifications. I mean, y'all know that, because go through your subscribe list of all the videos all the channels you subscribe to, and there's people that you still subscribe to that they just, unless you got that bell bang to get all the notifications, they stop showing it to you. They stopped showing you all that a while ago. That's just how it works. That's just the nature of the game. Yep, that's just the nature of the game. Ain't no getting around that. Ain't no changing that. But yeah, right now the sub loss count is 15,000 subs he's lost so far. Why are you telling me to pull up Social Blade? Pull up Social Blade. Why? Is Social Blade going to tell me something specifically that I'm not seeing right here? Because I know that he, I mean, Social Blade will give it the hard evidence versus me going off what somebody in my chat, in my comment section said. So that would be a way to just make it, hard and concrete, where y'all not just taking my word that he lost 15,000 subs. So there's that. But yeah, he's lost quite a bit of subs. But
57,
it's a good one right here.
59, 60. That's 4 minutes.
I could do 5.
Wife, in which we've already had this conversation. What's going on, guys? Derek Jackson here, and today I am joined by my lovely wife, Danae, and we just wanted to address a couple of things. We understand that some of you may have already heard, maybe not, that this chapter of our marriage is one that was preceded by a marriage that I completely failed. And I would say it just started around August, maybe September of last year. But, a lot has been said already about what was the cause and all that other stuff. Some of it is true. Some of it is completely false. But the truth is, and I'm saying it here now, is that Derek Jackson was involved with other women outside the marriage. And by involved, I want to be clear. I'm not talking about just casually kicking it, maybe a lunch or something like that. I'm talking about as serious as sex, to sexual flirtation and meeting up and that kind of thing. And some things that otherwise may be considered okay by some, in terms of like just chatting or checking on people or being checked on by people that I've had a previous encounter with. But without my wife's knowledge of it and with us having a sexual history, all of it falls under the umbrella of inappropriate, cheating, affair, stepping out, Definitely not in alignment with the vows that I took.
Okay, did y'all hear how? This is the last thing I think that's the last thing I'm going to talk about here. Now I'll open up and hear from the people. Did y'all hear how even when he admitted to cheating, there was still word salad that followed to try to cloud what was said. He said he had sex with other women, was involved with other women, and by other women I mean sex. But then he went on and started naming a bunch of other stuff that wasn't sex. And some of that stuff, some of y'all would feel that some of the stuff that I said, some of y'all will be okay with that. But me and my wife, we didn't know about it. We hadn't spoke about it. And it was a sexual past with this person. And it was some of this. It was some of that. It was some talking. It was some meeting up. It was some doing this. Sometimes it was just texting. Sometimes it was just flirting. It was just this. It was just that. It was just that. And it's not okay. It's like he... It's like he tried to confess, but then he tried to cloud what actually was said. It's almost like if I'm being accused of kicking somebody in the nuts, like just listen to this confession of kicking somebody in the nuts. Okay, if I'm being accused of kicking somebody in the nuts, and I turn around and I say, yes, I was involved in a physical confrontation with someone, and that physical confrontation did involve me kicking him in the nuts. And we bumped shoulders, we high five, we did push each other, we did the kid and play dance together in the hokey pokey, and some of that stuff that y'all probably will be okay with, and some of the stuff wouldn't be a problem. But overall, based off my current views right now, I do think all of that was a problem to do all of that stuff. I'm like, wait, hey, hold on. Nobody cared about the other shit. It's like he just tried to put all of that in there just to, like, even when you pick apart his confession, it's still trying to say it without saying it. It's like he admitted it, but let me just, for the slow people that I still want to watch my videos, let me just try to just muddy up the waters and just say some weird shit afterwards to just try to cloud. Wait, did he admit? Did he say this? Oh, it was all that other stuff too, but it was this, but it wasn't that. It still was a confession, but he's still gaming. That's why when we had that conversation about him not having game, which I gotta agree with now. Eventually I said, yeah, he got some game, because I was just looking at, dude, in my mind, if you could finesse that many women, you got to have game. But in his personal dealings, when it was actual pussy on the line, he apparently don't got no damn game. With the way he was, the way some of the messages read and all of that stuff. But yeah, it's like even when he's admitting, even in the heart of his confession, where he gave the most honest video that he did this whole time. This one was the most honest. He still was smuggling in bullshit. See, oh shit, I didn't mean to stop that screen share. Okay, well, whatever, it's done. But still was smuggling in a bunch of bullshit. People that refer to themselves, yeah. How you gonna confess to cheating in third person? How you gonna confess to cheating in third person? You was fucking her in first person, but you gonna confess in third person. I remember this was back many moons ago when I used to go to church. The pastor was doing some big, huge altar call thing. The whole show, his whole performance was performance. See, that's how I talk about pastors. His whole performance was about forgiveness, and he was talking to somebody. No, he was just talking in general, because he was doing an altar call. It was one of those. It was a Kojic church where people get up and they walk around during certain moments of it, and it was during the altar call. all the deacons and everybody, they all in the audience laying hands, and it's one of those big services. And he had said something like, go to the person, somebody who you've been needing to apologize to, if they're here present in the church, if anything, even if it's just something small that you just felt you need to just get off your chest with another person. Now's the time to do it. Now it's time to get it off, to come apologize to that person, make it right. Don't be holding grudges and resentment and this or that. And so a lot of people's doing that. And those churches where it's the altar call, people crying and praising, and sometimes the person who's talking, who's leading it, be having the microphone, and you could kind of hear what somebody is saying. So somebody that came up, they was trying to apologize to somebody, and when they came to try to apologize, I don't know what the person did. Well, apparently they lied on the person. And the person who had told that lie and hadn't talked to that person in like over a year. It was a big church. Those two people, they used to be cool. One of them lied on the other one, and then they just stopped talking for like a year. And during that service, he came to that person and was trying to, trying to apologize. But he came with just so much Jesus dust sprinkled over the situation. Then it was during the altar call, so he already crying, and he coming up to him, and he started speaking in tongues, and you could hear on the microphone the other person said, "Cut all that speaking in tongues. You lied on me in he said you lied on me in English." Man, it's like I went to church for moments like that to catch some shit like that happening. That was the only reason I went, just so I could catch something like that happening. I had to wait for that one. That was just so classic. He came to him trying to apologize, speaking in tongues. He's like, "No, you lied on me in English." You snap out of that shit. You gonna apologize in English too. Then you can go over there by yourself and speak in tongues. Oh man, that about killed me. People who speak to themselves in third person can rarely be trusted, because that person is an avatar for wrongdoing and not the person themselves. A good one. Good one. Archer ain't shit in the building. He says, further did not. I think you mean future did nothing wrong. LOL. Or further. I'm assuming that further means future. I'm assuming that's what you meant to say there. Appreciate the super chat. I know I missed a lot of people's super chats. I know I missed a lot of people's super chats. So if you missed, well, maybe not a whole lot. I'll check through those analytics real quick. Go into the analytics and see who did I miss. Smurgle says a lot of you guys are no better than Derek Jackson. Well, if you're talking, okay, it's two things. There are some guys who have sex with multiple women, and if that's what you mean by they're no better, then okay, yes. Then there's a guy who makes a solid commitment to one woman and tell her that we're in a committed monogamous relationship, and then they go and have sex with somebody else and then tries to hide it and keep it from her. If somebody is doing that, then they're no different than Derek Jackson. When it comes to building a goddamn empire in your car, talking shit about men who cheat like they the scum of the earth, the worst people imaginable. No, that level of hypocrisy of this man, he's doing this and he's not doing that, and he don't value you, and you need to leave that man and get someone who understands the queen that you are, who has the this, that, they're doing all of that stuff. But then now he gets caught after building an empire telling women they need to leave that man. And now he gets caught, and then now all the understanding and forgiveness and bullshit happening to say that we know different than that. No, we different than that shit. No, that's a whole nother level of deception and hypocrisy. So no, whoever said that we know different than Derek Jackson, like I can look and see who said it. Smurgle said a lot of you are no different than Derek Jackson. No, we are different than Derek Jackson. That stuff that he's doing, that's a whole nother thing. That's a whole nother thing that get broken down in so many layers. Astro in the building with super chat, he says, "This is what it looks like to have money looks and status with no game. Game is very important. I mean, I'm not gonna argue with you, because game, as the game niggas defined it, it would include knowing how to maneuver and manage that situation. And he didn't maneuver and manage those situations right at all. You got that much money, you got that much status. Yeah, you should have figured out a way to be discreet. You should have figured out a way to make sure the mistresses don't come out the closet doing some bull. I mean, think at the end of the day, you can't stop it. But I mean, there's a such thing as non-disclosure agreements and paying off mistresses. I mean, that's a such thing, and he's on that high value playing field to where, yeah, he could have worked that situation that way. I'm not saying his mouthpiece is so strong that he can make a chick shut up. No, a scoring chick gonna do what a scoring chick gonna do. But it is what it is. Somebody else dropped one. Let me read through these super chats. I'm about to open it up a little bit because I gotta use the bathroom. But two, let's see. Ace in Spades says, not sure if relevant. He admitted to cheating and sex, but not cheating and having sex with the initial woman who exposed him on Tasha K's channel. That's the vagary that he's operating in. Some of it is true. Some of it is absolutely 100% false. I did fly her out. I didn't eat the booty like groceries. She did take a picture of my feet. I did lick her toes, but I didn't use a condom when we had foot sex or something. He all over the place. He all over the place. So yeah. And somebody, I think that might have been, I don't know if that was Tommy Sotomayor. Yeah. I think he was breaking down timeline. Well, Tasha K broke down the timelines perfectly. She broke it down perfectly to where when he was saying they was broke up, the wife's Instagram page was showing that, yeah, no, yeah, clearly not broke up. During this time when you said this happened or that happened or this happened, y'all was in Dubai together. You know, she was breaking it down. It was all kind of stuff that was being posted that didn't line up with it. You know, Tommy Sotomayor was also breaking some stuff down. Where he was, it's a surgical decoding where you gotta know the baseline of everything that he said. It's almost like finding a plot hole in a movie. Once the movie set up the universe and the rules of the universe, like for example, Walking Dead, once it's set up that if you get bit by a zombie, you turn into a zombie. Only a zombie can only be killed by a headshot. If you get bit on a limb, you can live if you cut that arm off quick enough. But if it spreads long enough, you're going to die. Like, that's what I mean by setting up the rules. And then from there, you can watch the entire season and develop plot holes and then find plot holes if something does not live by those rules. Like, for example, when I don't care. When Carl died in The Walking Dead, when Carl got bit, I thought they was going to break the rules in some way, somehow he was going to live. But they didn't break the rules. But anyway, long story short, they so he basically is like a movie. He set up all the rules at the beginning, laid out timelines. In 2018, this happened, and then we was going through this, and then I was feeling this type of way about this, and then I lost faith with God, and I got right with God, and I was right with God during this time, and that time, this, that, and that, and then, oh, okay, that's we taking you at your word, and then you just kept talking, and then if you listen to all those things he said in those lives, you could surgically break down, which I don't have time to do, that nope, that don't line up. You saying you had your miraculous healing at this point, but based off what you said here, this was still happening. This was happening here. That was going on. It was so much that it just none of it was adding up, coupled with the fact that he tried to say Derek Jackson had a sexual relationship with a woman that without sex, but then later said Derek Jackson had sex, and then the sex was and also in conjunction with the sex, there was some talking and some texting and some flirting and some meeting up and some doing the hokey pokey and turning herself around, and all of that wasn't okay. But some of that would be okay by some of you, but by me, it wasn't okay because I got the lort. So even a conversation is not okay. Like, what the hell are you talking about? It was so much all over the place. It was so much all over the place that he's still lying and just trying to save the brand. And even when he did the reaction video, a reaction to his reaction, basically, where he basically played his video and gave his analysis of it, which was just a damn joke. He still pubbed his book afterwards, by the way. That's already 50% off. Indigenous TV says D-Jax needs to cut it out, man. He said D-Jax needs to fake his death. D-Jax needs to fake his death. Lay low in Arizona or someplace rural for a few years and then come back with a different name and a new con. He don't need a con because it's something that he do well. And I mean, yes, do the apology tour, but he can. I think he probably already got a fitness center. Man, Team Jackson Fitness. And he could put his face, his body just plastered all over it. Team Jackson Fitness. And have just open up a nice big extravagant fitness center. And just get out of that business altogether. So that way, and then you got your family over there. And that way, if you get you some strange, you don't got to get perp walk through social media no more because you're not beholden to other people to be perfect. You're no longer like the president of the black female delegation anymore. It's like President Obama. If President Obama wanted to give him some strange, he couldn't do it. He just flat out couldn't do it. And right now he can't do it. It's like you can't be that in the public eye with that much of a public image to uphold and then still smash somebody and risk your reputation. That's why he just needs to say, hey, I made enough money selling these books, selling these sexually stimulate me card games. I mean, well, it used to be mentally stimulate me card games, but he was also selling the literally sexually stimulate me card game. And so he sold his card game, he sold all his books, he sold all the advice and got all the, I mean, he's made millions. He can just get out of that business and live a semi-normal life, but still just use his celebrity to sell something else that does not require him to walk around on pins and needles, nervous that somebody is going to be going to out him for liking pussy. Like, so that's why I say he should get out of the business altogether. Just get out of the business. Now, I would be upset about that because I don't like reacting to his videos. I would be a little upset about that, but I think that would be a good move. I honestly believe that would be the best ideal move for him, is just to get out of that business. Keep his celebrity, use his celebrity for something else that he's actually good at, and that's fitness. Because you that damn big with a flat stomach and a six-pack, but still weigh 260 pounds with 0% body fat, you are a dietary fitness expert. And that's a brand you could sell. Sell it. I would do that. I would open up a fitness center. A chain of them. Team Jackson Fitness. You can compete with 24-hour fitness. And all the women be in there doing all these squats, hoping he show up. All right. He should come back as a R&B singer named Jaxie D. He wouldn't skip a beat, right? You think he made a YouTube video right? He sent the "What color draws you got on" video was sent to old girl. You think he made a YouTube video right? You think he made a YouTube video right? He sent the "What color draws you got on" video. He sent the "What color draws you got on" video was sent to old girl. The funny thing about that, because I did see that, the funny thing about that is that he basically, that video looked like and felt like his actual YouTube videos that he put out, where it looked just like his YouTube videos when he giving women advice. But the only thing is he was talking directly to one woman in the same context, the same, kind of cadence, but just saying, I want to see your draws, basically. Yeah, that was a weird one. Foot sex, yeah, I mean, it was feet involved. She took a picture of his feet. I don't know what's up with that. Yeah. I mean, he reeled off a bunch of things that they did. Jack CD, that's funny. He reeled off a bunch of things that they did, and apparently she took a picture of his feet. I don't know. Let me see if I missed any more super chats, which I know I did. I just put the link in the chat. Anybody can come on up and have your say, ladies and gentlemen. Read that. Osama Abdul. BR is true. D Jackson is O'Shea Jackson second cut. Man, go. Get out of there with that one, man. That's funny. Let's see who else in here. Silent said Derek Clinton. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate that. Perfect Storm said D Jackson been FaceTiming thoughts. Lame. Yeah, it's like he don't know how to truly wield that position of power that he got, being that guy that he is. He's in true position to just be able to just flat out say, this is what it is. We meeting up here, and that's that, and that's done. We ain't got to be FaceTiming. We ain't got to be talking. We ain't got to be sending no video. You don't even got to be that damn charming. They either own or they ain't. And you can do it, figure out how to do it in a way that don't leave such a paper trail. Like, I mean, there's a way to figure that out. So, yeah, he was not working that situation correctly. Oh, shit. Kunta Kinte is hopping on board. Hold on. Let me blow you up, Kunta Kinte is in the building. What is going on? Kunta Kinte. That's SKC for those of you who aren't that quick on the uptake. Well, of course, yeah, they know your logo when they say, "What's up, man? What's up? What's going on? What's happening?"
Man, I'm kind of appalled at what I'm seeing here, man. I mean, why isn't anybody actually sticking up for Derek Jackson on this, man?
Why should people stick up for Derek Jackson?
This is the manosphere, ain't
it? Every man don't get a pass. I mean, no, you don't get a pass for unless you perceive the manosphere different than me. The manosphere does not mean men get a pass for doing nonsense just because you're a man. Men get criticized here.
How is it nonsense?
How is it nonsense?
Yeah.
How is it nonsense?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I got to break down what I broke down to somebody else in the chat room. There is a conversation that can be had, and Kevin Samuels had that conversation about, yes, a man with power, money, resources. If he got a wife, his wife is there to serve a purpose, but he's still a global man who's going to have sex every now and then with somebody else. Just that part right there alone, somebody could argue that he's done nothing wrong.
I'll take it. Oh, go ahead.
The lying, the hypocrisy, the fronting, the whole building his empire, selling to women the notion of how men are to conduct themselves while being behind the scenes, conducting himself exactly like the type of man that he's been criticizing all this time. That is a different thing. That is a different type of charlatan type of thing that he got going on right there. Now, there are some men who do draw. I mean, Obsidian is one of them who draws a very strong stance that no, You're married to somebody, you're under contract with that person, you don't cheat. I was married for 13 years. I didn't cheat. So I do believe in honoring an arrangement and an agreement. I do believe in that, and I accept that. But I do believe that a man should write his own ticket. But when you're writing the ticket for how other women should view and what they should accept and not accept from men, and they should leave a man who doesn't purport or act in accordance to that, but then you're doing that same shit that you said they should leave, but all the acceptance and understanding and healing together and humans aren't perfect shit is coming out of your mouth once you got caught doing the shit that you criticize. That's why the manosphere is going to criticize Derek Jackson. But a fair argument could be made about a man that rich, that wealthy, that famous, that yeah, it's an increased probability that he's going to cheat. And when women get with men like that, they need to understand, just like Melania Trump understand that Donald Trump smashed porn stars every now and then.
Yeah, but I thought your argument at the very beginning of this was that, hey, that's human nature. It's like, hey, animals, they designed to bang whatever they can get through, and man is the same thing as the animal. So what did Jackson do wrong outside of actually just fight against his own genetic, his own genetics?
Come on, well, let's get it. I mean, I know if you was listening, I give more layered, nuanced arguments than that we animals and we should just be banging and impregnating everything. I explained how we are hardwired through evolution to want to propagate our DNA with as many females as possible. Even though that's what we're hardwired to do, it's not a good fucking idea. So,
but I thought it was just the natural thing to do.
Just because it's natural does not mean that it's good for us. It's 70%. Mushrooms occur naturally, but 70% of them are deadly to humans. So just because something is natural does not mean that it's good. It's a lot of natural stuff that can kill us. And in this modern, civilized, industrialized, westernized society that we have built, yes, just going impregnating random women is some causal effects that will come from that, and that's what does have to get looked at. But he didn't impregnate nobody.
I mean, hey, but that's the mushroom thing. I don't understand that. I thought the whole thing was talking about sex and the whole animal kingdom thing. That he was just doing what he was supposed to do, right? As a alpha male, right?
You could that could be argued, but how alpha are you if we go on with that term? If you were lying to your wife, lying to those side women, lying to your audience that you're making money off of, and lying to them, saying stuff that goes against what you are actually doing. He's a charlatan.
Well, lying and honesty and all that stuff, that's a moral issue. That has nothing to do with the animal kingdom. I mean, in certain ways, you could just state that everything he was doing, he was just being an amoral pragmatist.
Okay, if you're an amoral pragmatist, you then you wouldn't have to be sneaking around like that.
Yeah, I mean, he could have.
Wait, hold on. Wait, I got a serious issue because hold on, mute up, Truth. I'm gonna bring somebody up because even though I do like this one-on-one with you, I'm home by myself, but I think I heard somebody walking upstairs, so I got to go up there. I got to go grab the strap and possibly shoot somebody. So I'll be right back. Y'all go ahead and talk amongst yourself. I'll be right back.
Hey, what up, y'all? I kind of wanted to pick up off what Bernard just said because I agree, right? Like the concept is often, oh, hey, alpha men do what they want, this and that. It's like, yeah, but there's grace to shit. First of all, I don't condone cowardice. So, like, the fact that his wife wasn't on the page means that he didn't have the balls to tell her. I've never had to run that. And I'm not D. Jackson. I'm going to tell you right now.
What does honesty have to do with anything? That's a moral issue.
Yeah, but that's what humans are. Animals don't have morals. What?
But people say say at the whole argument that animals are hardwired and
now that animal argument
has anything to do with it and so forth. So I mean, morality is not part of the equation.
I don't co-sign the animal argument. I think that's ridiculous, especially as a black man. If morality don't matter, then why did the white man free us? Go pick some fucking cotton. The fuck you talking about morality don't matter?
Well,
That's just what niggas say to sound
I'm just using
tough.
Bernard's argument from the very beginning. His thing was that we're another animal, and that animals are not designed in such a way for monogamy and all that stuff. Monogamy, that's a moral type of viewpoint, and so if that is the case, then honesty should be a moral viewpoint as well.
Well, again, I don't think Bernard said that, but I'll let him speak for himself. As far as like what I agree with versus what I think any like real man, in my opinion, would agree with. Morals are the bedrock of human foundation. That's literally what a civilization is. It's why I care about my wife and children. It's not just instinct.
So my argument isn't with you then. My argument is on the whole thought of, because many hold to the idea that, hey, this whole idea of monogamy and so forth, that's stupid because I get it, but look at the animal kingdom that shows you that that's not biologically true.
All right, just pause.
Okay, well, all I'm saying is just let's continue with that. Let's go full measure, and we'll understand that if you
no offense, that's
then Derek Jackson should be viewed as a victim.
No offense, that's lowbrow, right? So like, take someone like Jordan Peterson. The reason why Jordan Peterson is blowing the fuck up is not because humans don't care about morals, right? No, humans invented morals. Who the fuck else is supposed to care? The fuck are you talking about? Morals are human. Hello. So then if you want to say, oh, well, why should he care about morals? Well, that's up to you. I guess we just realized you're amoral. But I take pride in my morals. Here's an example of my morals. If I see a little kid ass out in the street, broke, looking sad, crying, I don't just walk by them. I probably say, hey, what are you doing in the street? Where's your mom? What's going on?
Survival of the fittest.
That's a moral. Yeah, you can say survival of the fittest, but I probably make more money than you. So you sound like an idiot to me because I don't know rich niggas who agree with you. I don't know any nigga with bread who says they don't have morals. You know who says that? The tippy top evil niggas. You're never gonna be them. You never gonna be that Bezos,
okay.
bro.
I think you're conflating the idea with the person. I never stated that was my idea. I just stated to argue
I'm confused.
The argument on that side of the argument. That's how it is.
Don't hit me with arguments you don't have. Like, to be fair, even Kevin Samuel said some shit earlier. He said, are lions amoral to this bitch? And she didn't even know he was misspeaking. Amoral, you used it correctly today. Amoral means lack of morals. Immoral means lack of concern for morals. So, like, animals are amoral.
I think it's switched the other way around.
No. So, amoral is the inability, right, to even consider morality. If you call a person amoral, it means that they're almost karmically neutral, although they probably do bad things. When you're immoral is when you're doing something that is like explicitly wrong for the point of benefit, right? You don't care about morality. Amorality is like, I don't think about it. Immorality is like, I think about it and I don't fucking care. I'm going to steal.
Right. Nah, I agree.
Right. And so what I was saying is that a true man is more than amoral or immoral. He's a bastion of morality. I'm a Christian, so I might be the wrong guy to talk to, but I'm like, what a man is moral. That's what civilization is. That's what a book is. That's what sharing education is. That's what everything that makes a man amazing is we build out of the kindness out of our heart. And we don't have to be weak in order to do it. You don't have to compromise your strength in order to show love. And so to me, I don't think you should even marry a woman if you intend to lie to her. Forget her feelings. I just think it reveals that you don't practice what you preach. Because unless he's a hypocrite, unless he's in favor of lying.
I understand your argument, and I'm not arguing against that argument. What I'm saying is if others hold the argument of, hey, we're just animals, we are hardwired to do certain things. A biological drives us to do certain things, and you shouldn't be you shouldn't push that off. Like you have no prerogative to fight against any of that. Then why should anybody be mad at Derek Jackson that holds that view?
So true. Check this out. This is Pablo. So check this out, True. To something you just said, men choose certain women sometimes because they recognize that the woman is damaged in some way, and it allows them to be able to manipulate them in certain ways. For example, a pimp will choose damaged and broken women to turn into prostitutes, right? Or a pedophile or an abuser will only choose certain people to victimize that they know are already weak in a particular area. If you go to Solo TV 84's live stream from last night, they went through Derek Jackson's wife's Instagram from months ago. The posts she was putting up, the things that she was saying, that shit was so sad, bro. That woman is so broken.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about the cheating and all that stuff. Just her whole mentality is so beaten down, so broken. He could do whatever he wanted, and she'd still be there sitting there with the 1,000-yard stare. That's where she is.
Real quick,
And
before whoever's about to speak, I'm gonna let you go. Whoever ain't had faith in my ability to handle that, you're gonna get blocked. I was reading some of the comments. Some of y'all ain't think I can handle the situation. I came out alive. God damn it. The ambulance on the way to carry him away. No, I'm just playing. No, the situation was all right. It was nobody was in the house. Somebody was at the house, but it sounded like somebody was in the house because my porch is like a big patio. And when somebody making too much noise, stomping on that from the basement, it just sounds like somebody is walking in the house. And so I thought somebody was in here. I was ready. But just know that I was ready. I thought somebody was actually in the house. And he was like,
you gonna pull a LL Cool J when the home invader came in.
What movie you talking about?
No, in real life, LL Cool J, somebody broke into his house when he was at home, and he beat him up and held him for the police.
Hey, that's what I had to do. That's what it would have went down. It would have definitely went down. That's but anyway, I didn't mean to interrupt the flow of what was going on. Y'all was kind of see, there you go. Leo Lion about to get blocked. He said Bernard ran to his panic room. I had to block his. You get somebody time him. Do we got a wrench? Yeah, he ain't got a wrench. Time him out. Just I do it. I don't want everybody to time him out. He just needs a brief time out. I got him. Sit in my panic room. All right, go ahead. Whoever was talking.
So I was Bernard. I was going in about Solo TV 84's live stream last night. They were going over Derek Jackson's wife's Instagram pages. Instagram posts from months ago. And man, she was really that girl got really, really serious emotional, mental problems. Okay. So
wait, real quick. Make the case. Why do you say she got serious emotional and or mental problems?
She was talking about her mental visualizing the women that he was cheating with, him having sex with them, and her being diminished and intimidated by their bodies and how beautiful they were. Whoa. And she was like writing these whole essays about how she was forced to like watch these interactions. I don't know if it was imagined or real, but it was she expressed it out in the public domain on social media.
Okay, so I'm assuming this wasn't into the archives. This was something she recently.
This was Solo TV.
No. I'm talking on her channel. Her channel. You're saying she recently talked about all this on her channel?
No. Months ago, she would write these posts about her visualization of her husband sleeping with these other women.
Like that was out. Oh wait, hold on. That was out there and nobody broadcasted it.
Solo did it last night.
No, but you saying if she wrote it, did she post this stuff on Instagram months ago?
Yes, it was on Monday. It was on. She posted. These are posts that go back on her Instagram from like this summer.
I'm shocked that it didn't get out then.
Wow,
it's been sitting there for that long.
He doesn't. You got to remember, he doesn't really post her that much. He doesn't acknowledge her very often in the public limelight. Yeah, she had that shit up. It was on her own page.
Damn, so she was out in it. Wow.
So what I'm saying is,
niggas in the chat is saying she's spoken into existence. I think you're saying she was aware of it, not
she was aware of it.
Yeah.
She was aware of it. But her sick and twist it's I can't explain it, man. You got to go watch Solo's stream from last night. I can't describe it to you. You got to see it. But to Kevin Samuel's point about high value men don't cheat, there are studies.
Oh yeah.
Do cheat.
Well,
by his definition, right. They don't.
So there are studies that show that men who cheat on their wives generally have no desire to leave their wives. But women, on the other hand, when they begin to cheat, they have checked out emotionally from the commitment. And those were the links that I sent you, Bernard, showing that. And so what Kevin means is y'all cheat. High value men don't cheat because they're not interested in breaking the union or breaking the commitment to the relationship, but the women are.
Yeah, commitment and infidelity are two different things. Yeah, that is true. It's a concept most people don't talk about, but yeah, it is a thing. Those are different things. I heard some of the conversation in the back and forth that Truth and SKC was saying, and listen, SKC, there are some people that lurk around manosphere spaces that the argument, the way that you're laying out the argument, that you are absolutely right. They should see nothing wrong with any man doing anything because they act, think, react, and analyze everything that they do based off primal animal nature, reacting off just the reptilian part of their brain. That's how a lot of people in the community conduct themselves and will justify any and everything. That's not the conversation here. That wasn't the conversation that Kevin Samuels was having. But I was pointing out, in terms of the social constructs that we have in the functioning societies that we have, there are, and I'm sure you would agree with this, there are things that we have to do that go against our nature that are better for the overall greater good. You know, for example, I probably would live a funner life if I just abandoned my sons and just moved to Vegas and just I could do this show and do some I can make money. I'm not bound. Me making my money is not bound to a certain area. The two things I do to make money, I can take them with me. So I could literally abandon my kids and go live in Vegas and live in La Vida Loca and just hook up with some random what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas chicks and just live a happy sexually free life. I could do that, but it's not good for society if every man is doing that. And so I see a man, if he abandoned his kids to go live that life, I can look at him and say, dude, that's an immoral action. You're a piece of shit.
So
I can
up.
Yeah, I look at him as the scum for doing that. And but at the same time, I do understand that there is an animalistic call of the wild that he is answering, that he just does not have to answer. You don't have to answer the call, or you could figure out some kind of way to answer that call in a way that don't involve you abandoning your children or whatever. Even if that call is just answered repetitively with the same woman over and over again while thinking about Rihanna, while you're smashing your wife. However, whatever you got to do to subsidize that urge from within, subsidize it, get it done, but don't abandon your responsibilities. So this ain't the we just trying to bust nuts in bitches channel. But if you go to one of those channels, if they trying to criticize Derek Jackson, you could possibly have them dead to rights in the argument, but you ain't got us over here, because I have a sense of morality and how men should operate, but also I also like pussy too. So I mean, the two, yeah, they got to get balanced.
I feel like one of the major flops is and I've seen other men do this. I've never done this as young as I was 15, 16, and I'm 29 now. I've never done this. Is they're disingenuous with women. They tell women what they think they want to hear instead of what the truth is, because they fear they can't get what they want if they tell the truth. One, I can't even morally do that. That's gross. But two, it's actually less pragmatic. In my experience, if you tell a chick straight up, oh yeah, we're going to be doing a poly thing, right? Like, if you're not down with that, okay, nice knowing you. It was good talking. Bye. I'll keep saying that until I get a yes. So it's like, why would you not just keep it 100? Why would you convince a woman to fall in love with you? Did he marry her? I don't even know how they are. Get together with her in everything. I think they're even married. Move her in the house. Do all that, but then you go and fuck some bitches in the background and expected not to blow up all over you. And it's like, he could have been let her know. He could, like, the fact that, now I get it. Maybe he wasn't who he was when they first got together, so he was uncomfortable with telling her the lifestyle he wanted to live at the jump. But there were many different points in their relationship where he could have chose a moment to go, hey, so we about to adjust this thing. I'm gonna be, well, to me, I would just keep it 100. So I feel weird even imagining saying it to a woman that doesn't already know it, because it feels like I'm springing something on her. That would be really fucked up, low key. But it is what it is. But to the cheating thing, I think Kevin said that from his perspective, high value men do cheat, but he kept saying it's not cheating, which I actually agree with. I've said that. But it's cheating if you're not honest. It's not cheating if you're honest. It's cheating if you're not honest. If you tell them straight up, hey, yeah, if I see a baddie, I'm gonna get her number and not even tell you about it, and I'm gonna do what I do. Don't worry about it. Like, if you tell her that and she's cool with that, it's not cheating. But if you told her, no, baby, I love you, it's only you, I'll be there forever, and then she finds some bitch's drawers, then yeah, you cheated because you broke the contract. The contract could have easily stated boldly, I will talk to whoever I want, do whatever I want, and you're gonna stay loyal and stay in your fucking place. And if you can't rock with that, then let me know right fucking now. That's what the contract could have said. But instead, he did what he does to everybody, his whole fan base. He told her what she needed to hear, what she wanted to hear, because he's a capper. He lives a capper lifestyle. So that's the whole energy he pushes. And it's like, that's the cheating right there. The disingenuousness, the lying. You don't have the right to do that to somebody's life. That's the other thing. Her life matters. She gonna die. If that was my daughter, I'd kill this nigga. You gotta really think about that. You can't just take life from somebody by convincing them that this contract is valid, and then 4 or 5 years down the lane, when they done had kids with you, got invested with you, sacrificed their career to be with you. Meanwhile, he's the feminist nigga. These are his talking points. I don't even think women should work. But this is the nigga who thinks that women deserve to have their own independence and accountability and da-da-da. But he's done fucking handicapped her and made her so emotionally broken she can't even leave him if she wanted to.
Wow. Well, trumping up and elevating the concept of women working and getting their own bag and being industrious and growing a business, and men should value that or this or that, but you got your woman chained up to the basement pole. But anyway, all right. Okay, he don't got her chained up to the basement pole. You probably keep her in the crawl space. Who knows? Anyway, all right. That's my last joke on that. Al Boogie in the middle says they was trying to get the wetland. That's actually funny. Some people probably don't get that. M. Stewart, why did you randomly say Tanya TKO? And then the next thing you posted was February 26th. What was that about? Let me know what's going on there. I don't know why you just randomly posted that. Candace Lewis says, "Wait, you'd kill him?" But anyway, he can't. I don't know about killing somebody for cheating on you. I don't know. That's separate debate, separate discussion. I don't know about that one. But oh man, in the building. What is going on? What's up, Salute? Welcome to the show. You got the flow. You got the mic.
Hey, what's going on, man?
And by the way, real quick. I do understand that. Where's the book? Obsidian just you just re-upped the Book of Obsidian. I saw that box. You got a whole fresh box came in that you could send out to people, right? They can order the autographed copies, if I understand it right.
I had a whole fresh box. It was a fresh box for about an hour and then it was gone.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's good. That's a good wow. That's a good wow.
So the third shipment is on the way. You guys, I mean, these things are flying off the shelf. Like, I don't know what the autographed copies of the Book of Obsidian, especially now in light of all the stuff with Mr. Jackson. It's great business for me because everybody knows he plays a prominent role in the Book of Obsidian. You want to know what I'm talking about? You can get your autographed copy right now by sending me $35 or more to my Cash App, $ Obsidian Radio, $ Obsidian Radio, or to my PayPal, www.paypal.me/Obsidian Media Network. Be sure to include your name and address, and I'll send it out to you. Yeah, man, that shipment was hot for like an hour. I was in here, and then it was gone. So I got a stack of orders I'm looking at right now that I don't have books for because I'm waiting for another shipment to arrive.
So needless to say, you won't have to do some 70% off sale no time soon. You're still selling full price. You don't have to.
No. I had a shipment, I had to lug them upstairs and all that. And they were here for like an hour and then they were gone.
Good, because Derek Jackson's Heal Together Without Hurting Each Other or something like that. I forgot what it's called. That one is already 50% off. But anyway, go ahead. Oh man, I know you had a lot to say on this topic last night. So go ahead. You got the floor. You got the mic.
So before we get into it, I just wanted to ask, did anybody, because yesterday, Monday when we were talking about this topic, I asked the burning question, did the creator and originator of Mode 1 himself consider Derek Jackson to be Mode 1? He answered the question.
Oh,
Mr. Alan Rodgers has confirmed that Derek Jackson is not Mode 1. So we got that on the record.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I didn't watch the video, but did he explain it similar to this? That he was being Mode 2 or Mode 3, but when he got her to the house, that was I don't even think that was a Mode 1 action, because Mode 1, you're supposed to verbally communicate that you want to pull your dick out and do whatever you want to do with it. I think if he just whipped it out without saying nothing, you can't even call that Mode 1. You can't even call that Mode 1 hardcore.
His exact words was he's a verbal coward, and that was his words. He was a verbal coward for doing what he did to his wife. So I guess that he didn't specify what mode that would be. I guess that would be off the mode scale. I don't know. He just said he called him a verbal coward. So he's not Mode 1. He's a verbal coward, straight up point blank. So we got that on the record. Alan Roger Curry does not consider Derek Jackson Mode 1. So we got that on the record. Okay. Now, moving to the next question. My thinking is very simple on this, fellas. If you want to be able to do what you do, don't get married. Be a confirmed bachelor and a vowed hedonist, and let the chips fall where they may.
Yeah. No, that's definitely it. I think
Could you repeat that one more time?
Pardon?
Could you repeat that one more time? Oh,
I said for those brothers for whom this, because we're going back and forth, and look, it's very simple. Whether you're a high value brother or you're a street sweeper, if this is an issue for you, don't get married. Be a confirmed bachelor and an avowed hedonist. Let the chips fall where they may. Then there's no issue. Then there's no issue with cheating. There's no issue with adultery. There's no issue with none of this, because the ladies know right off the rip you are a confirmed bachelor and an avowed hedonist. Personally, I never had a problem with any woman with that. Never. They could do an up or down vote right off the rip. They can either say yes, I'm down, or no, I don't want to be bothered. Never had a problem. The only people that have a problem with what I'm saying here are other black men. Now that's strange. That's very counterintuitive. You would think if anybody had a problem with it, it would be black women themselves. They don't.
What have black men? I mean, You saying black men have had a problem with you saying that if you want to just have sex with a lot of women, just being about heathenness and just don't ever get married? I would think that would sound almost like music to the ears of a lot of men. Yeah, don't get married. That's what a lot of them say in this space anyway.
Yeah, that to me, that's the solution. You're a confirmed bachelor and about heathenness. That's that. It's, you don't have to worry about these problems. Period. Derek Jackson could have done the exact same thing. And, but see, I know why he did what he did. I know why. Nobody else doesn't know why, but I know why.
Mm-hmm. Expound. I want to follow this to its logical conclusion. Go ahead, expound, though.
Yeah, this is the part where you ask, well, why? What is it that you know, Obsidian, that nobody else don't know?
Spill the beans, Obsidian. Go ahead. We holy shit! I didn't mean to do that. Cancel upload. Okay. Yeah. So what's the deal? Why is he doing it? Why did he do whatever you said that he did? What he did when he did it?
Because she's the brains of the operation. He needs a smart woman like her. Otherwise, he would never get as successful as he did. It's very common among black men.
How do you know this?
Well, when they went Splitsville, everything went sideways. That's one indication. And listen to his video. Now we know what we know. His videos is really all just one long confessional. He's the one that leaves a woman with an educational degree. See, the reason why I need a sister with an educational degree is because, well, a certain type of educational degree is because all relationships are complementary. They bring all of us. We all get in relationships with someone to give us something that we can't get ourselves. So for me, it's not, I need a business manager. For me, it's, I need to be able to get into networks that I can't get in myself. And somebody with a Stanford degree would have a powerful network, or MIT degree, or Yale degree, or Brown degree, or Columbia degree. That's a powerful network. That's highly useful. But for somebody like Derek, you would need somebody that could essentially be your manager. There are a lot of brothers like that. See, I don't need a sister to be my manager. I don't need a sister to, keep me on track and all that sort of thing. I've always been a self-starter. So that's not the issue. I mean, it's nice if she can do that, but I don't need it. Just like I don't need a woman to cook or clean for me. It's nice if she can do that. I don't need it. I don't require it. But for some brothers, they require a cook and a maid. I'm not judging him for that. I'm just simply saying that's the reason why she's there. So yeah, we'll go back and listen.
On mute. Oh no, go ahead if you're still talking. I was on mute.
Yeah. So when you go back and listen to his videos, he's really talking about himself. That's what he's talking about. In my case, why, and we talked about this before. Why do you need a woman in your life? Well, for a lot of black men, we have to understand something. Derek is no way unique or an aberration among black men. I would dare say, hold on to your hat. I would dare say he's quite common among black men. He's just on the extreme end of it in terms of, status, success. But in terms of basic makeup, he's very common. I've gotten into heated, discussions in the past because I said, I don't need a woman to cook or clean for me. Or I don't need a woman to bring, half the bills. I don't need a woman for nothing like that. I need a hot piece of ass that can bring me good contacts. That's pretty much what it comes down to. I need a hot piece of ass that people like that can bring me powerful contacts. That's pretty much about it.
All right. There you have it. Ace and Spades in the building says ARC said in his vid he told his wife there is a greater than 50% chance if he sees someone that he likes he will sleep with the other woman, but he will still love his wife and take care of her. Mode 1. Yeah, he's more or less explained that. That's sort of the deal. He said that that they're willingly monogamous with each other, but there's an understanding that the monogamy may not uphold all the way through the marriage, and they would talk about it. So I mean, hey, that's working for them. That's working for them, and that's cool. So good. So yeah, yep.
Yeah,
Definitely.
So that's the deal with him, is that she's the brains of the operation, and there are black men in our society that need black women like that. That aren't very, very self-directed, inner self-directed, aren't self-starters like that.
I
really
don't think you know that. You're speculating with that because you don't think Derek Jackson is the sharpest tool in the toolbox, or the sharpest pencil in the box, or whatever.
He absolutely isn't. The way he's managed all of this is proof of that. He's not.
Yeah, but that's still some speculation. I mean, I tend to believe that he's the way that he's marketed and sold himself, that he's I think it's his plan, it's his thing, it's what he's doing.
By the way, I'm glad you mentioned that, because a lot of brothers, I haven't heard any sisters say this, but I have noticed that a lot of brothers have really invested in this idea that he's some kind of great Svengali. So let's play that out for
some type of what?
Svengali. But let's play this out for a moment. Let's assume, for the sake of argument, that what brothers in the black manosphere have been saying is true. Derek is just spinning all this. This is how it works. Like, okay. So what does that say about
he's spinning all of this? What do you mean by he's just spinning all of it?
He planned all of it. It was all planned. It was all,
like the cheating and all of it is staged.
The whole shit. The whole
bullshit. I think I heard.
There's a lot of black men in the black manosphere that are saying that. I just got finished watching Ringo TV. You know what I'm talking about. Black Male Advice TV. Ringo, Ricky Raw. I call him Johnny Ringo. He was just saying he did it last night, but I watched it this morning, and he's saying the same thing. So there's a lot of brothers that are saying that to lesser or greater degrees. So my thing is this: fine. What does that say about black women? It says to me about black women that, and this is something I've long suspected. As a matter of fact, I just talked about this with regard to the bald eagle. There are a lot of black women that cannot handle strong, smart, competent black men. A lot of black women are very scared about that. That definitely puts them off. If you're smart and you're ambitious, you actually have talent, that's a scary thing to a lot of black women. So if the argument is that that's how Derek is spinning it and he's directing it toward black women, then my argument is right. So which is it? Either he's not very bright, he needs this woman to help him keep him on track, or he's a genius, he's an evil genius, and everything I said about black women was 100% true.
Well, it's definitely not the evil genius part. It's not that. Shout out to everybody on the panel. Listen, I think a lot of stuff gets missed in this whole, well, just don't get married aspect. Again, man, it's not that simple. Shout out to Bernard Riley. Bernard Riley had a particular individual, not gonna say no names, that say he had a woman that was on his program and all these other things, and she was giving him all of this stuff, building his business, investing into him, being under control, sex and everything is on the table. But for whatever reason, he still had to marry that woman. He claims it was just an agreement, and not only marry that woman, but allow that woman to have sex with other men in their marriage.
Why did he have to do it? Why?
Because, I agree with you, Obsidian. She was a part of his success, and this is what people miss. You need a woman that's really there for you, a woman that gives a damn about you.
No. You need a woman that's smart like her. Look up her background. She's a headhunter.
Who?
A headhunter. Look up his wife's background.
Okay, but even still, even at that point, Obsidian, with that being true, she's still there for him.
What I'm saying, you can't just marry anybody. You need a smart, competent woman that can do the legwork.
No. You only need that if you're dumb. If you're a dumb dude, you need that. That's why he has her.
Do you honestly think that Jerry Jackson is a really bright guy?
That's what I just said. He's dumb. He's not intelligent.
Okay, so we both agree. All right, fair enough.
So that's what I'm saying. So for him, and again, she helped build the brand. This is why, like you said, Everything worked out great. She was the quiet little chick that, you know, she's not incredibly average at best, right? We all see this. He gets her pregnant and he makes her an honest woman. This woman is the woman that held him down when he had nothing but his quote unquote looks. So, but yet and still, like I said, for the sake of the brand and her being, that's like you said, I'm sitting, we all said this. We all know this dude was getting, you know, something on the side, man. I can look at him and tell. Shout out to the BABGs, right? But this is what we're saying, like you said. This woman right here, you know, was there, and this his wife is his audience. So of course, like I said, she wasn't going nowhere. I knew that regardless of whatever the hell. Can she get anything better? Will she ever match a man in looks, as according to women, to sexual desirability, according to black women, and success ever again after what, a kid and her being who she is? Hell no. She'd be a damn fool to lead the man. So what do? You come before the public, you know, lay yourself on the cross, ask for forgiveness, and you just move forward. And then furthermore, now, what's the over under on Pastor Jackson? I smell Pastor Jackson coming within the next 2 years.
I already beat you to the punch on that. I talked about it. Yeah, I talked about it with Uncle Dave. He's going to be doing something on it on Saturday.
So yeah, man. Like I said, you know, shout out to Obsidian for, you know, I got to give people their credit. Obsidian said it first, niggas. I ain't trying to steal it. Y'all niggas ain't stealing everything. But yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. So again, this I believe that she would be the mastermind behind the whole thing, man. And again, like I said, she's not finna, you know, she if she be a damn fool to lead this man, become a single mom. All she's gonna get is a settlement and some child support versus staying with a dude that's already at millionaire status and is only gonna grow. But I thought they say what Derek Jackson not even in his mid-30s yet. He's in his early 30s. I mean, come on, man.
Yeah, I definitely can see. I definitely can see her staying and sticking it out. I didn't see her as the mastermind behind all of it, because after all, like I just found out today, she was posting all kind of stuff about how hurt she was on Instagram. I mean, I guess that's separate from her masterminding a business plan versus understanding the reality of it, that he gonna end up having sex with some of these women. That if you look at the business model, I mean, he was selling sex. It was like some of the pictures that he taken. I remember Obsidian. You remember when a Renaissance woman said she signed up on his Facebook page or on his website for something just to see what he had going on, and she got a picture sent of him. It was like a picture in a bathtub that said something like, "I want to make love." I mean, he was trying to sell a book or some poems or something. But but he's selling his body. He's selling sex. He's doing everything, but it's like OnlyFans, but with poetry. That's so. I can't see her being behind. He can't do all that unless she's on board with it. So that part.
Well, again, she hit the lottery. Like I said, Obsidian said that last night. She literally hit the lottery. Like I said, she has the dude that all these chicks desire, and on top of that, like I said, she was there. She got in on the ground floor, and she was a part of him becoming, like, you know, this one of the first, you know, one of the first black male social media personalities. Yeah. Name somebody that's even, just think about this now. He was bigger than all these people that we even have that's doing comedy, that's doing YouTube, that's doing all this other stuff that didn't pretty much come from YouTube. Derek Jackson was the dude that the black manosphere, he's like the arch nemesis. This nigga's like Dark Side and Apocalypse. You know what I'm saying? Mm. So the whole thing, man, he's anti-red pill, he's anti male empowerment, he's anti, you know, masculine mind frame. So yeah, man, but real quick, like I said, this whole marriage thing, everybody has, listen, bro, I said this and I'm gonna say it again. A prison penis life sentence ain't no joke, nigga. Okay? Forever. It's cool, bro. It's cool to start off in something, right? And think like, yeah, I'm gonna be able to do this. I care about this woman, I love this woman, everything's good, everything's great. But every single day, like I said, whatever your favorite meal is, bro, can you eat it for life? That's what you're trying to do to your penis. It's not that easy. And Truth, man, Prince ain't killing nobody, Truth. No, we don't believe you, bro. Come on, get out of here, Truth.
Oh, man, cut it out.
Truth know I fuck with it, man. I'm just fucking with it. Listen, come on, man. To go off and be as extreme to say you would kill a man for simply, again, succumbing to a biological scientific fact of, hey, some new pussy is around, and I've been married to your daughter for 3 years, 5 years, 7 years, or however many years. And hey, she fucking up. Maybe she did something or whatnot, what have you. but I want some new pussy and I slipped up. You gonna kill a man over that?
All right,
Come on,
so why the need to get married then? Just look, I'm just bad. I'm the bad. This is how I am, and give the ladies the
Obsidian. That's what I'm saying. Obsidian, you change. Hold up. Let me answer the question.
Yeah.
You change as a person over time, Obsidian. A man that's 25.
I don't deny that, but if the argument is going by the video that Bernard played with Dan Savage, if the argument is men, be they gay or straight, are inherently not monogamous, we'll leave women out for a moment. If men are that way, fine. We're trying to fight against nature and all that. Fine. Don't get married.
Well, that's what I'm trying to tell you. It's just not that simple because, again, like I said, Derek Jackson is a perfect example of he needed that woman.
Whose fault is it that he can't get his life together and he needs somebody? He needs basically a mommy to help him do it. Whose fault?
It's not even from a mommy aspect. Again, like I said, it's just you do pair bond. Human beings do pair bond. He had a relationship with that woman, and more likely than not, we all know this. Women give ultimatums. And she probably more than likely gave him an ultimatum. Like, hey, look, nigga, if you don't marry, like I said, I'm going to harken back to the guy that was on Bernard Riley's platform that said he had to marry his wife and give her authority to have sex with other men. No matter how bad Derek Jackson is never that damn bad. So for us to act like women don't give ultimatums and some dudes succumb to them, and at the very least, give into a marriage contract, which obligates them, I would take a simple marriage contract over a woman getting foreign dick contract throughout while I'm married to her every day of the week, 20 times out of 10, and twice on Sunday.
But if the argument is about the men, then what the women do or don't do is irrelevant. If you as a man know that if you have options to do so, you're going to take those options. Don't get married.
Well, I mean, the thing here's it.
I agree. I agree with that. I can agree with that opinion. By the way, I can.
Yeah, well, this is where it's kind of like one of those things where you got to say, okay, has somebody been married or not been married? Because a lot of advice I got about marriage come from dudes at work that are married, either were married or they still are married. So, and a lot of them are lining up with the stuff Fantastic say. And these are black men married to black women, and I'm talking about older than me. I have not actually been informed a lot about marriage by dudes that don't ever plan to get married. That's one of the things that doesn't get talked about. Like, it's this contention to dudes offline that are really encouraging other dudes that don't get married because they're not married. Dudes just don't think about it that way because they don't want to be in somebody else's business like that. That's something that happens more on YouTube than anything. But as far as what you're talking about, here's the reality of the situation. Women, I get what you're trying to say with the dudes, but all these women all these women do not care as much about the cheating stuff as much as they like to think because they stay in those relationships. They're not stupid. They know if they can replace a dude easily or not. And a lot of them blow up their ego, but a lot of them don't. This is not just black women. This is across the board. Even Kevin Samuels said this. Kevin Samuels is a Christian dude, and he believes in marriage. But he even says this: if Derek Jackson's wife were to call him, the question I would ask is, what would he say? And he will say the same thing he said on his last broadcast, in which he would say, "You just need to deal with it," basically. In fact, the last call was the exact thing.
Yeah, but we could take that off the table. We could take the whole thing off the table, but just don't get married. You as a guy, you like to do your thing.
So I got a question. So what do you say about cultures, cultures that they have laws that have you have more than one wife?
Go to those societies then. If it matters that much to you that you want to be married and have kids, but you also want to be able to sow your wild oats, go to those countries where you can do that. There's plenty of them in Africa. Go there.
Okay, so what's the difference? What's the argument? Are you making a legal argument? Or are you making a moral argument?
No, I'm just simply saying
that knocks the moral argument out.
I'm making a very commonsensical argument. If men are inherently polygynous, the solution is simple. In the United States, we all know how the game works here. If you cannot adhere to those rules, don't get married. Just don't do it.
Well, a lot of people don't. But the laws
find other ways to get your needs met.
So okay, but Obsidian, that's your opinion. But that opinion is not based. See, the thing is, you'll make these arguments and you'll take these like positions And then you'll say, okay, well, it's kind of like, I don't know what credibility you're trying to use to stand on here. You trying to use a legal one or a moral one?
Yeah, hold on. Hey, let me say this again. That's what I'm saying. Obsidian is just coming from a logical sense. It's not that cut and dry, Obsidian. Like I said, I can give you 1,000 different positions. We've had several United States presidents, Obsidian, that were caught cheating.
Yeah,
Why?
Yeah, I know.
And you never had a president that ain't married.
Hold on. This is what I'm saying. Marriage is far more complex than there is. Marriage is 1,000 different reasons. Some people do it for love. Some people do it for business. Some people do it for optics. Some people do it for reproduction. Who knows? But here in especially in the Western society where, and not just Western society, America specifically, where men in America are pretty much the only men in the fucking world and expected to be, hey, you get married to one woman, you deal with one woman for life, and if you don't, she takes your shit. Okay? We've had United States presidents, the most powerful men in the world, get caught up in what? At least 2 of them of note during their presidency. Okay, well-known motherfuckers that were cheating on their wives. Okay, why? Because, like I say, when you have power is a magnet for pussy. Okay,
yeah, but you can run for president without being married, though. There's no law.
You can run, but you ain't gonna win.
No. So tell me, how many people have become president without being married?
No, fantastic. No, fantastic. That's easy. Tell me how many people that even got to the general election got out of the fucking primaries of any party, including the minority.
Well, how many black presidents have we had?
1.
Okay, so we've had more bachelor presidents than we had black ones.
That's a bad. Come on, Obsidian. Don't try that, bro. No, sir. We're not gonna let you get away with that one. No. Hold on. We're not gonna let you get away with that one, brother. Listen, he was a married man.
They've all been married.
The premise is married men, married presidents, brother. Married.
Out of and married not barely married.
Out of all the presidents that were married or not married, I think we had 3 unmarried presidents, bro.
Who?
It was Teddy Roosevelt wasn't married.
Okay.
Let me see. I think possibly Robert Taft and FDR was married, and I think it's like 3 of them.
You barely have, even if you look at the secretaries. Like when you get to that, and this is interesting because again, I'm not. One of the main reasons Kevin Samuels even pushes marriage to the length that he does is talking about advancement, like to advance to a certain level in the society, which I'm not saying I agree with 100%. I'll give him corporate America to a certain extent, but like everywhere else, but that's what he says. And these are things that you have to deal with when you're dealing with men in power. So you come off as trying to say, here's the thing. I get what you're trying to do, Obsidian. I'm not saying it's bad. Like you'll take this position and then it kind of puts the women in like a checkmate and some of the dudes. But the reality is the women don't give a fuck. Irene Yvette even said one time, and this is like the realest thing she ever said, when she said black women got to stop acting like they're not polygamous because of their ego. Like, so they'll say that they don't want to be cheated on, but at the same time, they're low key sharing men with by everything but in name only. Like even they do this in corporate America. Like if we're talking about particularly a black community, let's be real here. Black women do not have a problem sharing men. And Derek Jackson is basically for the entire sisterhood. And I'm not trying to spin this on the women, but I will say this. Most of the women, you got like, I'd say 20% of his fans, they really care. I'll give them that. But at least 2/3 of them, they do not care about his wife like that. Like they said, you are not going to get in my way of me enjoying the idea of why they listen to Derek. They do not care if he has a wife. There is an unspoken homewrecker problem in the black sisterhood. When it comes to sex, all's fair in love and war when it comes to that. So they don't care. So
hold on. Hold your thought up, City. I wasn't looking at the screen. Missing some super chat. That brother P that came through. He said James Buchanan was the only bachelor as a president. Thank you for that. Charles Merchant says 304s give ultimatums. Women submit. There are not very many women around. 304s make deals that they intend to revoke anyway. Thank you for the super chat, Charles Merchant. Appreciate it. The Golden Eagle 99 says, I'll have to disagree respectfully. Obsidian, men can be both married and have concubines. It's been that way throughout history. I don't think it has to be one or the other. I understand where Obsidian is coming from. If he's coming from where I think he's coming from, and he it's basically, it's on the way. Well, I want to finish my super chats, but I do want to say this: it's men who do want to do certain things, and if you want to do those certain things, then yeah, just don't get married is a simple solution. Now, Fantastic is trying to break down the odds and ends, and it's not that simple in some cases, because even Kevin Samuels wouldn't say it's not that simple, because his workaround is, hey, if you're a high value man and you're earning more money than 5 men put together, then yeah, you can be married and you can have your wife be in that public figure, that showpiece, that prop, that whatever you need her for, but you still do your thing here and there, but you take care of.
It's about being covered.
Look at this.
Take care of and handle your business. Real quick. I think I got one more. Hold on. Mr. James Bitches says James Buchanan. Okay, he's saying the same thing that brother P, that James Buchanan was never married. Okay, and all right, go ahead. I think I got all of them. Sorry if I missed it. I'll pull it up. But go ahead, Obsidian.
Let's take a step back and look at this. So the Derrick Jackson cartel consists of himself, Stefan Labasse, Ace Metaphor, and the roommates. The only one that's married among them is him. And Stefan Labasse just was recently featured by the roommates. He got a brand new a Rolls Royce two-tone Wraith, living in one of the most exclusive, swankiest buildings in the city of Atlanta. He's a bachelor like me.
Yeah, but he's not that. Hold on.
I hear you.
Let me finish.
Go ahead, let him finish.
So clearly we have evidence that proves you don't need to be married in order to do this.
In order to do what? Hold on.
Hold on. Ed, before you go, Fantastic has the right question. In order to do what? Because
in order to be an effective black love relationship expert to the tune of millions, you do not need to be married.
Well, hold on.
No, nobody's disputing that.
Damn. Hold on. Wait. Again, like you said, he's within his camp. We only know about the Stefan Labasse dude because of Derrick Jackson. 1, 2. Like I said, who's the most successful black male dating advice person? Obsidian, go.
I would say Steve Harvey.
Thank you. What is Steve Harvey?
He's been married 3 times.
All right, thank you. And then furthermore, after that, you're forgetting about the preachers like TD Jakes. What is TD Jakes? Married. Again, you do. To be the highest and at the top, and the Stefan Labasse, I don't give a damn what car he has. He's not bringing in more money than Derrick Jackson on this black love shit.
Well, I don't, I'm not even having that argument as far as in the dating love thing. I'll see that to Obsidian. Yeah. I really don't care. I'm talking about something bigger than that. I'm talking about a societal thing. I'm talking about, and another thing that people don't understand too about the bachelorism is you see what people start the things when you're a bachelor. At that point, you can do what you want. Whether you choose to be a bachelor in the United States, do the traveling thing, do whatever. And if you notice, there's always this focus on black men or men being bachelors. You know why? Because you're not covering a woman. You're not covered. And I'm going to tell you, the problem is the society doesn't back this up in law. That's my issue with it. But the society would much prefer you covering a woman, aka you being married to a woman and not necessarily having kids out of wedlock and all that, but having a concubine here or there. Then the society would rather have a whole bunch of dudes that are bachelors. You know why? Because bachelors don't spend money. Bachelors, they don't. They can't get as much money out of you as they can if you're connected to a female.
Wait. No, wait. I don't agree with that at all. What are you talking about? That makes no sense. Wait, that makes no sense. Everything you just said there is wrong. You said bachelors don't spend money for one, which is
bachelors don't spend as much money in comparison to what women do. A single man is not going to spend the same kind of money as a single woman is. Black men are not as consumeristic. So there's societal reasons why they encourage men to be married and why it's shame to not be. I'm not talking about
a better way.
So my point, hold on. So my point is the society would much rather you be in a situation of you married, but you have a concubine or two, than you be in a situation where you're a bachelor, where basically you're your own person. And me personally, I promote that because at the end of the day, you need to do what's in your own best interest.
So let me get this straight.
What you're trying to say is you're talking about what is right, and the society is already
right. So let me make sure I got this right. So we're moving the conversation from someone that's a contemporary of Derrick Jackson and is a confirmed bachelor and insanely successful to the general population of more average at best men and what's best for society overall.
I never came into this conversation to specifically about Derek Jackson. You know, at the end of the day, if the argument is just on Derek Jackson, as far as I'm concerned, I'll give you that. I think Derek Jackson got stagnant. I'm not saying he's not big. I'm not saying he's not generating revenue, but his upward trajectory of his revenue going up, I don't think was hitting where he thought it should be. And he basically was doing different things in order to see what would work. And I think he saw what a lot of people see as being married gives you a certain sense of credibility. The same reason why he wrote a fucking book.
Well,
so I'll give you that. That's what he thought.
Could it have anything to do with the fact that that he needed somebody that had the kind of smarts and savvy that Danae has, and that he got her knocked up while he was talking about love and business and all the rest of it? Love and marriage.
I mean, I'll say this: I can believe that in the beginning of like them knowing each other, I'll give you that. But when you look at how Derek Jackson makes money, he doesn't make his business model is not that much more complicated than an OnlyFans chick. It's just books and shows. But at the end, and I say this because truth be told, if you didn't know what he looked like, it wouldn't matter. And because even Alan Roger Curry used to say that if he would be a lot bigger than what he was, which I believe if he was white, because he's actually proven this in his some of his marketing materials. So my point is, it's not about what he brings. You said this, Obsidian. It's not about what he brings to the table as far as content. That's some other shit. So yeah, if that's the argument about Derek Jackson and why he did what he did, then yeah, I'll agree with you on that. I'm talking about something bigger than that. But on him,
Jackson isn't as big as he could be because he chose the wrong one. If he would drop his woman now and get with Stacey Abrams and push her to go for president, he would up his motto and his rep 100x.
Come on, man.
That's not going. I mean,
he's on to something there.
Playing fantasy draft.
He's on to something there. She's a smart lady.
Yeah, am I lying?
No, you're not. You're not. But no one. But again, hold up. No one would believe it. No one would take it serious. It would clearly be.
That's actually very true.
No one would believe that, bro.
Look, black women are not that delusional.
Yeah, we already seen what he did. Like I said, to the wife he has.
They crowned a man that was having sex with boys in his own.
Yeah, king. I know. I understand that. But
I know.
Yeah, but he didn't get to go anywhere else. He was still trapped there. The women that were already worshiping him were just that. No new women came from outside to crown him a king. That is the thing. So like, I understand black women are delusional, and like Bernard Riley said, out of those 15,000 subs he lost, I guarantee you at least 51% of them were women. If not, and more realistically, more likely than not, it'll be like somewhere in the 90% of those people he lost. So again,
Jackson will be bigger than Obama.
And then understand too, if he would have just make that move, that's another. It depends if this stuff happened organically, like what it did with his wife. But it ain't okay, I just need to take my pick and do blase, blah. Another thing too, and here's another thing why Derek wouldn't do it. It's because at that point it ain't gonna be about him. It won't be about he's a narcissist, like what you call it said. It's not going to be about him. He would have to cede a lot of the attention to do that because it's not even so much on Stacey Abrams. It's the stuff behind her is way bigger than her, and it's way bigger than Derek Jackson ever could be. And it's the type of stuff that will require a female to do what she's doing. Otherwise, Derek Jackson's gonna wind up like Lil Nas X, which I don't even think he would.
Whoa, wait, that's impossible, bro. Come on now.
Well, like I said, I don't believe he would even do that for money because that's what it would be required for him to keep that attention to do what Stacey Abrams is doing. So, yeah, that's a good thought.
Right. But Logic Sphere in the building, he says, facts, Edward, women don't care about marriage or cheating. Look at how they act during entanglement gate.
Yeah, well,
I had a show titled that. I'm like, damn, be careful, niggas might be copying niggas. Remember, you got to be careful nowadays. You got to give niggas their credit. Just saying.
Yeah, but what does that have to do with? What does that have to do with what men do? If this is an issue for you, you want to experience other women sexually, fine. Just don't get married.
Well, again, are we talking about men or are we talking about him? See, this is why I thought we were talking about a big argument.
Yeah, let him read the other super chat and we'll respond.
Yeah, I don't think that's an issue for Ty City. Ty City is against marriage, and he's I'm assuming experiencing plenty of women sexually. So
anti-marriage and pro-gun.
Yeah. So he's logically. I mean, he's there's internal logic in his position as far as that.
His
I think
hero
a lot of
is
people
on Noir.
A lot of people are on that. But Utopia had been on Super Chat. He said, Obsidian, you're not interested in marriage. However, you seek a top degreed woman. The father, for the sake of the family's wealth, won't give his daughter to marry a man not interested in marriage.
That's a good point, but the vast majority of black folks that aren't in that situation anyway, so it's a moot point.
Yeah.
Okay. Obsidian, real quick.
Thank you for the super chat.
Are you gonna
Utopia and Ty City? Thank you for those super chats. I appreciate that. David Johnson, hold on. David Johnson sent a $50 cash app, and I missed it. I hope you still.
He wanted you to get that full bread. Shout out.
Hope you're still listening, David Johnson. I appreciate that. I'm gonna put your name in lights in a second. But Dorian Nan says Stacey Abrams and Derek Jackson equals power.
That's right.
On that super chat, are you trying to tell me that anybody would argue on this panel that if Abrams had Jackson when she was running for governor, that she would have lost?
Exactly.
Well,
y'all niggas is hilarious.
I'm not being funny, man. It's the same thing with Obama and Michelle.
But again, man,
I'm telling you though, no one would have believed that, man.
To the married couple because she had no mate.
But again, wait. But hold on. Let me say this. Listen. SKC, the weight doesn't hold the same for a woman as it does for a man when running for politics, for one, or for image or anything. Because then Stacey Abrams would be actually hurting herself because now she's submitting to a man and it's saying she needs a man to run. Furthermore, no one would.
If there was a picture with Jackson holding her up, talking about I'm strong enough to uplift this girl.
And again,
big time.
She was already capped out on black women's votes, bro. She wasn't going to get no more black. She was going to actually lose black women votes.
I mean, this is
being married to
What's
that
the point
dude.
of this conversation? I mean, seriously, dude. I mean, it's like I get that we suggested it, but it's like we get into this thing where this is what we gotta stop doing as black people. Where it starts becoming, this literally could turn into like an actual thing where we start really debating hard back and forth like that shit means anything. It's not gonna happen. Fantastic is right. The possibility I get, but it ain't gonna happen. So what's the point? I mean, it ain't like, because here's the thing. It ain't like Stacey Abrams is mining for a dude that could do that for her now anyway. So, and like I said, Derek is not giving up. Look, y'all be really buying into the hype of who he is. It's about him. Derek is not ceding his attention position.
Exactly. That's why that's why his wife is like she is. Shout out to Edward. Like I said, y'all even know the dude is like that's why his feminine ways and all these other things. He's a pretty boy ass nigga, man. He's a pretty boy nigga. Yeah. Like I said, he knows what he is, and like I said, he uses wife what he uses her for. Again, he's been in a relationship with this woman. They said for 12 years when I saw the thing. 12-year relationship, man. Like I said, she was there at literally the ground floor. So even way before the success and whatnot, what have you, he could have left that woman alone and got with any women. Because I promise you, he even said it. He was slaying all the hoes he wanted before they got married. He had the access to the pussy. But wow, this is your question. This is the answer to your question, Obsidian. He knows that regardless of all the women he had access to, none of them gave a fuck about him for him like his actual wife does. His wife was there when he had nothing else. She helped him build a fucking thing. She stuck around even though she knew he was fucking out here throwing that dick to any and everybody that would motherfucking catch it. And again, man, she's gonna stay here to fucking, play her role as many wives have done.
Derek was smart enough because a lot of these dudes, this is what they do. They basically emotionally dog walk females like that and never have an eye for the chicks that would be like literal ride or die no matter what you do types. And then they try to double back once these women have been left in the dust and then it looks stupid. He kept her around. And to be fair, LeBron James, same thing.
I said the same thing. I said the same thing in the beginning. I can respect the dude if he want a family, he want to leave a legacy, he want children, he just don't want to knock some chick up. He don't want to be a baby daddy, so he's gonna get a woman, gonna do it the right way, gonna have a wife. He go back and get the chick that was with him when he didn't have nothing. and then have kids and have a family with her. Then every now and
And
then,
I
fuck a couple holes on the side.
I actually know a couple of dudes like that. Dudes that literally they didn't get with those chicks at first, but they always kept them. I know a dude that had kids with a chick early on. It didn't work out. It didn't work out at first. Dude went. He did him for like 3, 4, 5 years. But the woman, she held out hope. It's funny because you can literally see the twinkle in her eye if you look at pictures. And she held out hope that he would come back like on some delusional Christian shit. And yeah, he got tired of the bitches in the street. And that nigga did come back, and she did not turn his sons against him. And they have been married. And I have never seen a black woman more happier 5 years, even after that.
But like, that's what I'm telling you. That's the part that people. That's the part a lot of dudes don't understand, or just people don't understand in general, man. Again, a woman know when she's winning, bro. And a lot of the times, like I said, somebody
got that winning look.
Listen, even when a situation with Kobe happened, everybody was thinking that Kobe's wife was gonna leave him, and look at her now. Again, tragically that he's no longer here. But her understanding her role and understanding, okay, yeah, I can make some money, but okay, am I ever gonna be able to replace Kobe Bryant? No, I'm not.
And she was smart. She made him walk on them coals. She did. It's funny because that thing Derek Jackson did was like a reverse, because you knew she was making his ass do that. She was like, "You gonna tell him what you did?" You go, boy, that was an iconic picture when she was looking at his ass. I was like,
"Well, let me."
Abrams would improve his writing ability.
So exactly. Y'all really be.
He definitely would. He needs that help. Let me tack back.
No game, can't write. Damn.
Yeah. Let me tack back to something that Mr. Fantastic said, because this is something that you and I talked about the other day, Bernard, and that's this. Derek Jackson is a poet, okay? That means he's a romantic. And I've long said to me and I'm trying to get Ed on my show so we can do a more fleshed out version of this. But one of my arguments is, and this comes from Ed, by the way, is that, far too many black men are too romantic for their own good. I'm actually insulted when a woman doesn't see me for my money and accomplishments. I'm insulted. I have no illusions. I have no illusions as to why a woman would be interested in me, and I'm 100% okay with that. 100.
Them niggas want to be a cover on this thing.
Hold up. I got to ask the question. So is everybody supposed to think like Obsidian though? So hold up. Are you actually saying that no woman on the planet in history, black, white, or anything indifferent, actually has an actual interest in a man outside of his success?
I can't speak for all men everywhere in history, in recorded history.
Okay, of course. Again, because it's a ridiculous thing to even claim. Again, because we see women that are homeless. Hold on, we see women that are homeless with their husbands. We see women that are.
Claim that though. I never claimed that. I just simply said that Derek Jackson is wrong. I'm actually agreeing with your premise. You and I are saying the same thing. Derek Jackson is a romantic guy. I then went on to say, and I cited Edward Anderson in this case, that there is something to be said for modern day black American men who seem to be a little too romantic for their own good.
Yeah, Derek can get away with that. Derek, it's like one of those things that's nice to have, and I'm not saying that you should not value. Again, I go back to, I know a couple of people that, again, they ended up circling back to the women, and these are not ugly women either. They're more attractive than, and look, Derek Jackson, I'm not trying to show Derek Jackson's wife, but they're more attractive than Derek Jackson's wife. But they circle back to the ones that they know no matter pretty much what they do, they will be good. And a lot of dudes don't do that. But you actually have a combo thing going on. You have a thing where a lot of these dudes want to be liked by the women that are like their top preference. And so it's not, okay, I want to be liked, so I'm willing to deal. Let's say you can get a 7 or an 8, but you really want to be a romantic. Well, probably your romantic level is probably going to be a 5 or 6. but like as a woman that they will be just over the world versus a 7 or an 8. Even though you can get them in bed, they are you may not be able to hold them. They always looking for the next dude as far as money and accomplishments. They're not ready to settle down until they've hit the wall, meaning they've gone down a couple of points. And then you have a lot of dudes where they don't want to deal with that person, the person that they could get to do that, and then they're in this like vice grip. And this is also why a lot of these dudes stay in red pill rage, because they never come to an understanding and acceptance of this is what it is. You can either improve your way to what you want, or you can deal with what you need to deal with. And they get into this like Chinese finger trap that creates like friction on its own. So they keep saying the same shit over and over and over. Or what they'll do is they keep on wanting to fight for marriage or fight for this. Like some of the niggas that fight for marriage the most are niggas that ain't even married. And it's their idea.
Why do you think they fighting for that, Ed?
Huh?
Why do you think they fighting for that?
Because they're fighting for the idea. So when you hear, this is why they go with Fantastic hard, because Fantastic's been married. So yeah, he's like more credible threat to say that shit ain't what it's all cracked up to be as somebody that was married. And obviously, clearly Fantastic has his own opinion, thinks for himself. So they bark against that more. See, me, they can just write me off saying I'm a short ass nigga, ain't never been married. So what do I fucking know? They can't write other people off as much. And they get mad about that. And because, like I said, the dudes that's taught me about marriage, the dudes that are married till this day, So anyway, like I said, yes, black men are overly romantic. Black men are actually more romantic than black women. They use that black love shit because they want to manipulate you to get resources out of you. Now, they do believe that for the dudes that they want. But like I said, Kevin Samuels did that poll, 54% of black women would rather die alone than settle. And you got dudes that they'll settle for a fat bitch.
So would you
hold your thought, SKC. Hold your thought real quick. Shout out to AC Andre. Well, I was about to say AC Hatchet, Andre C Hatchet, whatever we're calling it. Shout out to Andre Hatchet in the building. Appreciate the super chat. Dorian Nance in the building says Stacey Abrams would increase his high value status expeditiously.
Niggas will actually make videos about this. Like I ain't with it.
I ain't going. Let's see. We got Tarian in there with this $20 cash app. Appreciate that. Tarian came through with a $20 cash app. And don't want to say your government name. Davis Tech. Thank you for the $5 cash app. I appreciate that. And shout out to David Johnson and Platinum Elite. Platinum sent a $50 super chat earlier in the show when David Johnson sent the $50 cash app. Appreciate you, brothers. Y'all are co-sponsors with Ike as well for today's show. Appreciate all of you. SKC was about to say something, so I'm a
I mean, on Dorian's thing, the two things on Dorian's thing real quick. It's like, he right, man. I mean, come on. The chick was nominated for a doggone Nobel Peace Prize. It is highly connected to all this politics, have written books and junk. Like, come on.
Why is that thought even such an attractive thought for you? Like,
why not?
Because I think
that he can win.
No, SKC want to see the community in as much of a upside down space as possible, to where people can look at somebody like Derek Jackson with Stacey Abrams and not even bat an eye. He wanted to be that upside down.
Okay, well, because it's something to be said about things that literally are a waste of our time. We're all smart people.
He's trolling us. It's funny.
And
but
see,
he wants to keep it
like
going.
that. I'm too serious to be, to be trolling on some stupid shit like that.
So I have a serious question for you, Ed. I have a serious question for you then, Ed. On the whole thing of the romance, because you said that more black men are romantic than black women. Okay. Would you say that according to what a lot of people hold as absolute biology, that men are hardwired like the animals and so forth, that romance should be viewed as a flaw, right?
No, because love and romance.
I mean, because you're supposed to
that could also be an evolutionary survival advantage for humans to be lovey-dovey and caring for each other.
Yeah.
So
how does that help you bust in as many as you can?
There are other aspects of it. There's other
because
aspects of
human
it.
evolution
Human
is
beings
not
survive.
human
We
evolution
survive
is
by
not just
being
created
social
on
animals. Being social animals that look out for each other. You scratch my back,
yeah,
I scratch
humans
yours.
evolved in
All of that
packs.
is a part of the equations. That's the reason we
Yeah, but that's
develop
not
love.
romance.
It evolves into that too. And romance, okay. Love is something they can measure, biochemical reactions in the brain and all of that when you're talking about or thinking about somebody that you love, but romance could be a social construct. So you might be kind of onto something there.
See, that's what I'm saying. Is that should be looked at as a flaw, because it's preventing you from doing your natural thing of busting in as many as possible.
So I got a question, SKC.
So I'm just asking,
do you believe that human society
viewed as a flaw?
Do you believe that human society would be what it is today with that mindset? Because really what you're arguing is civilization is irrelevant.
It is irrelevant.
Okay.
Because we just stated that you need to bust in as many as possible.
Well, you really
as long as you're doing that,
you realize you can have your
let
wife without civilization, right?
So, I mean,
let me hop in here.
Hold on.
Let me hop in real quick. Again, SKC, from at one point in time, like I said, man, again, I think that, and like I said, I'm gonna be doing the discussion about this. You literally, humanity cannot survive with a monogamy mindset. You do understand that, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not fighting against that. I'm saying the whole thought of a person trying to have all this romance and monogamy and all that stuff that prevents you from busting in as many as you can.
All right, y'all. All right. We about to roll up out of here, y'all. I got a premiere going on right now. Listen. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't just back out of here. Just click off on the link right there. Go in there. Just hit the like button. Give it a view. Watch the whole damn thing. But bare minimum, watch it for a little bit. Watch a little bit. Hit the like button. Go over there and
see how this goes. When the conversation
I will
real,
give SKC
this.
That shit needs to be made a fucking soundbite. I will give you that.
Hey, listen, Ed. What are you doing? What are you doing tonight, man? I want you to come on through because I want to have a conversation. We need to do a complete rethink about this jawline Negro theory. I think that Derek Jackson has put that theory to bed, and I see a lot of brothers still holding on for dear life about that. And I know it's very difficult. And I was wondering if the little brothers, the little guy for Federation could get together and do it.
Yeah, so Mr. Dom Game can make a video. Oh God, yeah,
little fella Federation.
The little fella.
Yeah, I don't. That is not my claim.
It's the little buttermilk Negro and the little.
All right, Obsidian, you haven't quite read the room. I don't think Ed liked the little buttermilk jokes. I think they expired a month ago.
Since he add the cinnamon thing, it ain't like he just tagging me, so it's fine.
Right,
but yeah, email me. I am focused on my email. I don't know if we can do it tonight. Like, I'd rather do it Friday or Saturday.
All right,
cool. Yeah, we out of here. Yeah, we are out of here. Go watch my premiere. It's coming on right now.
But I will answer your email if you email me.
All right, go over there, check it out. Click the link. It's in the chat. Go check out the premiere, and we are out of here. Peace. Thank you, everybody who contributed to the show today. Everybody, thank you.